boop, 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 boop.
Da 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 do 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 do.
Boop, 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 boop.
Speed it up, Victor. Speed it up.
He wasn't ready.
What?
Here we are. That's the show intro. Here's Coach and everybody.
It's football week 3.
Honestly, that intro is on par for this week of football. Like,
Yeah,
that's
true. Yeah, so true.
I don't even know. Like, I was waiting for like an actual intro so I could make sure if my microphone was going to break up again, and then Rob did that.
We won't ever know until
Well,
next
you know,
week.
I think it's important to like mix up the not only like the instruments but like the length of the song. You know, you never know. It
makes me happy when he catches you off guard. It's a magical moment.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one person that is out there right now that's really, really upset because all they live for is hearing the intro.
You're right. That's true. Yeah,
we've ruined that one person's day, Rob.
I mean,
sorry, Jeff.
It's always. I try very hard to make it always different. It's hard to get people to chuckle at the same bit. You know.
That's
50
true.
times.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
That's
an art
playoffs. Or that's the whole thing.
Well,
that this podcast is built on.
Fair point. Yeah.
I've begged for us to end that bit, but now that I've finally just embraced it, I've reached the 5th stage.
Can't do it. If Randy is a thing, then playoff stays a thing.
I guess.
Randy is a god.
Randy is a god, dude. I needed to start flipping a coin.
Yeah, you really do.
I mean, you did. That's like literally how Randy came about.
Wait, but here's the thing: like, there's Randy, but then what if I compete against Randy by flipping my own coin?
Don't start.
Good lord!
I want to do it 1 week. Listen, this is my shittiest month of pick'ems ever.
I mean, you can't do it any worse, I guess. So
I want to do it 1 week. Only 1 week.
Yeah, and then it's gonna work because of Crendor luck, and the next thing I'm gonna do it one more week, and then another one more week. And the
There's
next
too
thing you
many
know,
columns already, dude. You can't add another one.
Well, it doesn't have to be another column. It's my picks.
How about you?
Right.
Okay, how about this? You flip your coin, do whatever you want. Just don't tell us that you're doing it.
That's a good plan.
Just make your picks, but don't tell us.
Now you know I'm doing it.
Yeah, well,
That's true. He's already given up
to
the game.
not do it though.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but we don't know if
decide
that's-
to not do it. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
we don't know
okay,
if you did or not.
I'll pick a couple games and then I'll coin the others.
No, here's what you do: you flip a coin to decide if you're gonna do it or not, and don't
there
tell
you
me.
go.
Oh, that's a
God
good point.
damn it.
But now that you said that he's gonna do that, he's gonna do that,
Well-
and we'll know how he made.
Well,
the
right, but we
decision.
won't know what the. No, he can just he has to act really well and be like, well, yeah, I do think that the.
I see.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's the most upsetty game next week? Just
yeah.
so whenever he has to hit it. Let's see.
I was so
don't got
on
it.
board with coin meta. You guys are knocking me off the train.
It's basically just like baseball. Just guess whether or not you're going to swing or not. There you go. Just don't
All
tell
right.
the pitcher what you're
I
going to do.
just did a best of 3 coin flips to decide whether
God.
I'm going to flip the coins or just pick them this week.
You're flipping a coin to decide if you're going to flip a coin.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I think that's really. I think the
And
best
now-
part. Can I just say the best part about this is that you're so indecisive about even the indecisive coin flipping that you did a best of 3.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
a
that's-
To decide on to decide. Yeah,
Now we
so-
can take this even further because now after Crendor's picks, we can do our own pick to pick whether or not he
We
did
get outta
50-50 or not.
And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell anybody what I did until next week.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you just keep doing what you're doing.
I mean, honestly, yeah. With Crendor's record, it was basically indiscernible.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, might be
I mean,
better.
really
It's not that-
can't do any worse.
Randy's in 3rd place or something. I guess we should wait for Pick'em.
Yeah.
It's some voodoo magic, man.
So,
It is amazing.
There's nothing that made sense this week in football, so it's a
not
complete
at
wash.
all. But
Total
Makes sense
wash
to
of the
me.
week.
here's some news. Sterling Shepard tore his ACL.
Oh,
That's bad for the Giants.
yeah. How old is he? He's been playing a while,
Doesn't
right?
stop there though.
He has been playing a while, actually. I don't know how long. But it's got to be up there. Like, I remember him from years back. I think when they were on, they had good teams.
Yeah.
And we had, oh God, where's that stat? There's a top tier stat right here. Where'd it go? So, who do you think leads the NFL in receiving yards? Anybody?
Cooper Kupp.
Yep, you got it. Cooper Kupp, 28 receptions, followed by Stephon Diggs at 27, Hollywood Brown at 24, Amon-Ra St. Brown at 23.
Wow.
And do you know who else is tied with Amon-Ra St. Brown at 23?
Is it Patriots wide receiver?
No.
Is it
No,
Devontae
okay.
Smith?
No.
Is it also in the AFC East?
No.
All right.
Okay. I think we're all out of options.
Yeah.
It is the Chicago Bears' entire receiving core.
Oh,
No.
nice.
Through 3
dude, that's
rough.
mean.
That's a rough one.
You really set up the Bears to be utterly fucking devastated.
They have completed 23 passes in 3 weeks of football.
We don't even have any
God.
Bears fans
Absurd.
to defend themselves.
And they're
you
two-
gotta
they're-
respect that.
They're 2-1, aren't they? The little
Yeah.
bastards.
Yeah.
Of fucking
Yeah.
course they are.
Here's
They did
the
this
thing.
exact same thing last year. I was telling Krendor, they're just gonna fucking collapse into a winning record by week 8 and then be obliterated in the second half of the season.
Yeah,
Did they
probably.
do that the year before too? Like,
Yes!
Wasn't it, yeah, that was like, wasn't that the
It's
one that
just
went
the
5-0,
Chicago
right?
Bears special.
Yeah.
Someone in the thing quoted Mushin Muhammad, who used to be a Chicago Bear wide receiver, and he said, quote, "Chicago is where receivers go to die."
Nice.
I mean, yeah, that sounds. He's right.
It's just,
But I mean, there's a couple of places. In fairness to him, I mean, like
yeah.
the New York Jets is among them. I feel like
I would say that's where everybody goes to die.
pretty much. Yeah, no, that's that's the general graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just imagine if they actually win the division
That would
Oh my
be
God.
something,
It would be
but
funny.
the most Bears way possible. They complete less than 150 passes for the entire season.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
outside of that, I don't see any like big news.
There's lots of
defenses.
big news. I
Oh,
can cover
God.
you there on the news front.
Okay,
Oh.
do the news front. I accidentally played
He's
this
got news.
NBC Sports Edge video for 2 seconds, so probably
Oh,
copyright
yeah.
strike.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, we
worst.
gotta start over again. Thank God.
Oh, the Mac Jones for the Patriots suffered I think it was a
Oh,
severe
yeah.
ankle sprain.
Right.
He is, and there's some guff going on here because the Patriots say that he'll be back in 4 weeks, but he says he'll be back in 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh boy.
So
Oh.
he's disagreeing with the Patriots front office, saying, "Hey, no, I'm gonna chill a little bit longer, please. You know, I don't want to die." And they're like, "No, you'll be back in 4 weeks," which is just weird, right?
That is weird.
shouldn't you just-
Especially with the Patriots, dude. That's like
yeah.
highly unusual.
But either way, he's out for a month at minimum, which
Yeah.
is pretty much the end of the Patriots' already very hopeless season.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because now it's
Although-
Brian Hoyer.
Ooh,
The Destroyer.
I love Brian Hoyer.
He's good.
Do you,
You know-
Bear?
Bad.
If
I
you
mean-
gotta go with the backup, you might as well go with the guy that's been backing up your team for the last decade.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll definitely know the system.
Well,
He knows what he's
system.
doing there.
luckily,
Yeah.
he gets to play the Packers, so thank God we get to play Brian Hoyer. Watch him just like tear us up
he's
or some
gonna
shit.
get annihilated for
Yeah.
sure. It's just that could be worse.
That's
Well, it
true.
didn't matter if they play Hoyer or
Can't be
Brady,
worse.
apparently.
And then Dak Prescott might come back week 5. But here's the thing:
Wow.
why even rush him?
Why
back?
play for the Cowboys?
Yeah,
Or-
why
oh yeah,
Cooper
why
rush
play
him
for the
back,
Cow-
dude?
Dude, 2-0 Cooper Rush. He's-
Yeah, and he doesn't look horrible. I mean, he doesn't
Yeah.
look, amazing, but
He's fine.
I mean,
getting
he's
the job
winning.
done.
Yeah, he's winning.
You can just
It would
play.
be unfortunate. That's how Dak lost his job in the exact way that he got the job from Tony
Oh
Romo.
yeah, yeah. Cooper Rush takes over is like the ultimate. He's like a. You can tell he's one of those like Case Keenum guys. I think.
Yeah.
Or he'll just come in and be like, woo, and then if he goes somewhere else, he'd be terrible. Or he'll just hit a point where he's terrible, and that's when you're like, all right, put Dak Prescott back in.
Yeah.
But for now,
Teams salivate for like second round draft picks over things like this.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Jimmy Clausen back in the
oh,
day?
God, yeah. I don't want to.
Mike McCarthy does not have the balls to sit Dak under any circumstance.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah,
he won't.
no chance.
Dak will play when he's back. Yeah.
Um,
In other news,
Yep.
This week we have a thrilling Chiefs-Bucks Sunday night football, right? Except maybe not, because there is a massive hurricane barreling towards Tampa Bay as we speak. And there's talks that the game either will be postponed or potentially played in Minnesota, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
That'd
gonna
be
move
interesting.
So
They'll
we might
probably
have
move it,
a double away game. The Bucks are already practicing in Miami this week just to get away.
Yeah, I feel like
from
they'll
the
probably
storm.
play it in Minnesota.
They shouldn't go to Florida.
Yeah,
to
don't
get away from this.
That's what you got out
Wrong
of it. They
direction.
should not go to Florida.
Head northerly.
But yeah, it's not often that we get a double away game. Well, it happened with New Orleans a couple years ago, and then it happened with Minnesota when their stadium exploded.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Wasn't it a couple of years ago too, where what was it like? Dolphins Jags was like put off for like a week or something.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I feel like I remember that.
A season or two ago, maybe two, maybe three.
Well,
Weather's crazy, man.
Weather is crazy.
Thank God it's only gonna get better.
Right?
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
The huge news here: Clay Matthews officially retires. I thought he was retired already.
Yeah,
Hasn't he been retired for like 5 years?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ever since they were like, this guy's on steroids. He was like, geez. Then he got worse.
Oh, jeez.
I haven't heard that name.
No.
I haven't heard that name since like Super Bowl 45, man. Like it's been so long.
Who the hell was he playing for?
Did he play for anybody?
I think he just played for the Pack. Oh, he played for the Rams for like
he was
half
on the
a
Rams.
season. Yeah, that was it. But there you go. So then football.
There's this week's Clay Matthews news.
Let's start with this fucking game, don't we?
Elves Steelers. Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what a great game. So fun to watch.
Yeah.
We're here where everyone expected us to be, which is our quarterback is not good.
Yeah.
And our front office or head coach is like, no, we're going to play him anyway. Forever. And it's like, okay, so we're just gonna do this then. We're gonna have to watch Mitch Trubisky throw for like 150 yards every week and lose by 2 scores. Like that's just so you've decided then.
You know.
Okay.
A lot of teams run this playbook. It's you're gonna wait until you're like numerically eliminated from the playoffs, and then in goes Pickett. You know.
The thing is that if our office had a brain, they'd look at our schedule and go, oh fuck, and be like, okay, we're not making it there. So listen to this, just for those of you that don't know, we play the Jets this week, so perfect week to start Pickett. It's the fucking Jets. Sorry, it's the Jets.
Sorry,
no, you're right.
This is just it's an easy game. It should be an easy game anyway. Give him a chance. Give him a fucking chance. And then honestly, if he does terrible, just sit him back again, because then we have the Bills, the Bucks, the Dolphins, and the Eagles. 3 of those teams are the top 3 teams in the fucking league right now. Not sure how our schedule got this insane. Like seriously, like out of the 4 games we have coming up, the easiest game is against Tom Brady. Like how does that make any sense? But yeah, it sucks because like all 4 of those games are probably losses, like almost guaranteed. So like we're looking at a pretty much playoffs are over by the bye week style season. So it's like, just play him, like give him a chance.
We should have known that this week was cursed the second that this game ended. Like that should have been the clear indicator of the week how it was going to go.
Well, I'll give you a fun fact here. 3rd down efficiency. The Elves were 6 of 16. The Steelers were 1 of 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is bad. I think
checking in from the stat booth here, Coach. That is in fact bad.
Yeah, that's no good.
Thanks for the sideline stat booth reporting.
The one bright spot in the whole game was catch of the year by what I wish would be rookie of the year if we had a quarterback that could throw the ball. George Pickens, literally like one of the best catches pretty much since Odell's catch. Like There hasn't been a better catch since
it was
then.
almost a frame for frame like copy of his catch, one-handed catch.
It was a great catch. It was amazing. Yeah.
It looks like honestly, it's a catch that looks better if you look at a picture instead of a video too. Like it is insane if you see the freeze frame of him just like completely stretched out, one-handing, like completely horizontal.
Yeah.
And it's so funny too because it's like everyone's talking about how good that catch is, but like how bad was that throw? That's how much he had to try to catch it. Like,
I actually had hope for Trubisky, and now I'm like,
I did too. I
mean,
was so ready to
give him a
early.
chance. It's still early.
No, stop. Stop
But hey,
it.
at least the Steelers continue their trend of just drafting amazing receivers.
that's true.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Pickens, like he had one drop, but even Pickens' drop was like, wasn't a good throw. Like he had to kind of readjust and it was low, it was underthrown. It was like, I don't know. It's annoying because you can just tell it. I feel like you can just tell when a quarterback doesn't have it, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can just watch it and you just see like the way they just dance around. Like a lot of things that Trubisky does is he dances. Like he just doesn't look confident at all in the pocket, and he'll run away from a healthy packet. Everyone was talking about how shit our O-line was, but apparently they played amazing like this game. Like they apparently had like a very, very good pass protection rating for the entire game. So I don't like what at this point.
And this is like his 5th year. Like you would think in your 5th year or whatever, you'd be a lot better.
Yeah, he does have a pretty bad case of the happy feet.
Now, one thing that I will say is, in fairness to Mitch Trubisky and your poor offense, 29 points. I mean, that's a lot of points. You know,
Well,
like
it was 22 points. It wasn't 20. The touchdown was on the last Hail Mary lateral play where there was a fumble and they took it into the end zone on zeros.
Right.
That touchdown did not exist. We were pretty much one score away the whole time. But our defense doesn't do too well against the run, and it's the best running back in the league, Nick Chubb. So that was always going to happen. They were going to score.
So good.
Great fantasy points. Loved him getting that touchdown. Good stuff.
But yeah, we were pretty much one drive away the whole game from winning the game.
Yeah.
Same as last week.
Yeah. Well, the brisket, he took you for 2 TDs.
That's true. The old Jacoby Brisket got it done. And honestly, even though we don't like the Elves, they're doing pretty well. Honestly, if they just ran with Jacoby Brisket, it'd be a pretty fun team. But it's just the fact that they,
Yeah.
So the Steelers need some help. They need a lot of help. Honestly, you might as well start the quarterback.
At least make the games fun to watch.
Yeah.
Give him reps, but don't let him die.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, the O-line's playing all right, apparently, so why not?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of football, we had the Bills and the Dolphins. This is a weird game.
Yes, me and Bear were talking about this before we started the podcast, so we'll just repeat our conversation. Which was
all right.
You look at the stats of
verbatim,
this game,
important.
and it makmakes no sense.
Yeah, the Bills had the ball 40 minutes.
Yeah, and they threw for 500 yards, or 500 total yards from scrimmage, and the Dolphins only had 200. It doesn't make any sense.
Even up to the very last moment of this game, the Bills could have and should have won. To the very last play where they were trying to hurry to the line, they made mistakes even in those moments that prevented them from having an opportunity to kick a field goal. And they had
Why didn't he go out of bounds? Why did he
exactly
cut up field?
No, yeah.
What was that?
He could have done that. I think they could have gone faster even back to the line. They might have actually had a shot at it, but no, the Bills deserve to lose after the sequence of mistakes they made over the course of the end of the fourth quarter, especially after the Dolphins basically tried to hand it to them.
Butt punt.
The butt punt.
It's absurd. It's absurd how many chances they had to win, and you could tell that the Bills knew that too. With that clip that's been going around of the coaches smashing shit in the booth up there.
That offensive coordinator, he looked like he was playing Call of Duty, man. He was pissed.
Pretty understandably pissed off. I'm sure Josh Allen, you could see Josh Allen was fucking furious out on the field for fucking 400 yards, 42 of 63, 8 rushes for 47 yards.
It's
They have
so-
only
this is
themselves
like-
to be mad at because they actively were trying to lose this game so hard that they successfully did that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird because the Dolphins are like a high-powered offense. I think holding them to 21 isn't the worst defensive performance either, considering they're missing Micah Hyde out for the season. Like, and they're
Tyreek
missing
Hill
another-
had 2 catches. Like, that's how do
Yeah.
you lose that game?
Yeah.
I'm so mad that I didn't pick the Bills here because I said last week, I was like, Miami loves beating divisional opponents at home, and man, did they do it. And the Dolphins are for real, y'all. They are for real.
Dolphins are absolutely. I still think the Bills are. I would, if I had power rankings, I would still rank the Bills as a
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
They threw
Yeah.
this
Oh, yeah.
game.
But it's important to know. I think like it really is. Like I agree with you, but I think it's like really so far in the season because like it could be by the end of the regular season we're like, oh no, actually the Dolphins are the better team. But like right now they haven't fully proven it. But like a game like this though is like,
There-
I mean,
There
they
needs
won.
to be, there needs to be new, just more data, more stats.
Right.
On it. But I'm glad that the Bills got knocked down a couple pegs here because they needed to.
Yeah.
If they think that they're going to take the division, as a walkover, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, this, like Rob was saying, or maybe alluding to too, is like this game also just kind of has enormous consequences in general. That's probably part of why they were so pissed off is because they knew that this was a game that they could use as a great way to establish like their pretty strong foothold in the lead of this division, and now they're having to work from behind for a good long while probably. So it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. I did see that they do have some injuries. They got Ed Oliver who's out, Jordan Phillips, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. So they'd have a bunch of dudes that got injured. So maybe that played a part in it.
Their defense is hurting a little bit, but
that's exactly what I mean though. Is that even with the defense hurting, they only 21 points is not that bad in the league these days.
They
That's
still
winnable.
should have got more, especially threw for 400 yards.
Yeah.
It makes
I mean,
sense.
and to your point, holding the Dolphins offense to 21 so far seems like that's probably pretty good. It seems like they're probably going to have a good offense this year.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Like we thought it was gonna be Bills and then Dolphins like as a wild card, but now Dolphins actually look like a legitimate team. Well, they could be a legitimate team. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
They were playing to win more.
Speaking
they
of
won.
legitimate teams, the New York Jets are not.
Yeah.
What happened, guys? Why did we? The three
I
of
don't
us?
know why you all picked the Jets.
Yeah,
I don't know
what
what
are
that
we
was.
doing?
That was wild to me. Yeah. Did I
can
pick
say-
the Jets too? Did I get peer
Yeah,
pressured
did,
into
bud.
this?
You did.
Really?
Sure did.
Oh, why
You
did I
bit
do
the-
that?
Yep.
You peer pressured me. That was a really
No,
silly.
that-
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to win. Have you guys? We looked at the Steelers schedule. Have you guys seen the Jets schedule coming up here?
have not.
It's pretty bad.
Okay. It's bad.
Oh yeah, that's not
Let's
fun.
see. Oh,
Yeah, so we got
God.
the Steelers, the Dolphins, then we have the Packers, the Broncos, who I actually,
You
maybe
probably beat
aren't
the
so good.
Broncos.
Yeah, who knows? And then the Patriots, who, to be honest,
Brian
is,
Hoyer, they could be.
yeah, but like
Patriots suck. Easy winnable game.
it's winnable, but like
It's not an easy
Bill
game. I know what
Belichick-
you're saying.
Bill Belichick has our number, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Bills, of course, and
Yeah.
and then I mean, there's like the Bears later on in the season, but even
You got the
even-
Jaguars later on, who are actually kind of good now.
Yeah,
Lions are actually
yeah.
kind of good now.
yeah.
All I can say is I would never trust the Jets ever again. I don't know why. I picked them
I
over
don't
the
know what you did in
Bengals.
the first place.
Yeah, I
we
don't
were
know.
going. We were going off of the like euphorious high that was the
Yeah,
Jets
that's true.
actually winning a game.
Yeah.
In a
Like
somewhat
in
convincing
impressive fashion, winning a game, not even
Yeah.
just like kind of stumbling into winning a game.
You
Yeah,
could tell
so-
the Bengals were not going to go 0-3. They were just like, we're not going 0-3, and they were just,
Especially against the Jets.
Especially against the
'cause
Jets,
We
yeah.
got a little bit of a history of embarrassing a little bit.
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well, Rob, I'm never trusting your team again.
You shouldn't. I never
Well, I
advise
don't know.
you to
You
do
might want to
so.
trust them this week. They're playing against the Steelers.
Well,
That's true.
Actually, so here's another thing: is Zach Wilson may or may not be
I
back this
believe
week.
he is coming back this week.
Oh,
From what I
Well,
was hearing.
those are the rumors that it could be the case that Zach Wilson is back. Which, who knows? That may or may not be a good thing.
I mean, it's
Probably it's it's
good
probably a good thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Joe Flacco is he's basically dead.
Yeah.
Inside and outside. It's just nothing. You know, one thing that I will say for this game is, and I think Krendor, you linked it in the Discord group.
Yeah.
The Sauce versus Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how that matchup went. Went pretty well.
Yeah.
Sauce is the real deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he actually I mean, I'm calling it. It's very early to say something like this,
Mark it
but
down.
he's very. It's a very
He's gonna
Revis
say
like
it. He's gonna
quality.
say it. I knew he was
It's a
gonna say
very Revis like quality.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying, you know, like it was just like Revis had that legendary year where it's just like, you know, you see Calvin Johnson's numbers, and even every other game, it's just he's got 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards, and then, you know, 20 yards or whatever it was, like 8 yards, and then Jamar Chase in this game too. You know, he couldn't do anything, and it's great. But also, we still lost because, you know, everything else sucks. So,
Yeah.
which is very much, you know, pretty similar to some of those years when we had Revis around. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's a step in the right direction.
yeah,
So, I mean,
Sort
Yeah,
of.
that's what the Jets always needed, defense.
they need
Yeah,
a lot of
right.
steps, but that's
yeah,
one step.
lots of steps. There's a bunch of steps that need to. Oh, and also Garrett Wilson got injured, so that's fun.
Oh, that's yeah. That's
Yeah,
only
'cause he
just
was-
your best promising young wide receiver.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I think did I mention this on the podcast last week, or was it in the? I don't remember if it was in the chat, but every moment of joy, optimism, or happiness is always marked with pain with the Jets. It's always
Right.
punished, you know. That's part of being a Jets fan, and you get used to it over time, but then sometimes it sneaks up on you. And that, you know, Garrett Wilson, that one got me. I don't know if he's okay.
It seems
Yeah,
like he's
but
okay. I haven't
Rob,
seen anything
and-
bad.
The problem that you're doing is that you're tempting the magic of the world and
Yeah.
telling them exactly what you're happy about. You got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause it's pinpointing. It's putting a giant target on their back.
yeah,
You can't do that.
yeah, it's casting a
don't-
spell. I'm
just don't
casting an
be
evil
happy.
spell, and I'm
Just
doing
stop being
it.
happy about the Jets, and then
I-
Garrett Wilson may have survived.
I apologize, Garrett Wilson, for praising you and saying that you were good. I have directly caused your injury. And that's
I mean,
my fault.
we're kind of partly to blame too, because all of us were pretty much praising his
That's true,
performance
yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
so.
Well, it does seem like he's okay. So that's good. Also,
Yeah, it's not like his head fell off or something. He's just
Right, that would-
hurt.
I mean, that would. Yeah, I mean that would be way worse if he had actually died on the field, like the
Yeah,
first
that would've
NFL
been
player
worse.
in like 50 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's also a great analysis tip from Keyshawn Johnson on Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
He said, "Throw him the damn ball."
Ooh.
Thank you, Keyshawn.
Thank you, Keyshawn. Now they just need someone that can throw, and
Yep.
that could work out.
And I will say that's not like. I mean, they were throwing to they were throwing him to like 15 times a game, like every every game. He's good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
So this is pretty much what I expected from this game, but I guess yeah.
Yeah, I'd say bet losses for the next several weeks.
Bet losses. Well, here was a game that I literally flipped the coin for, and it was wrong. The Titans Raiders.
Oh yeah. The
The Raiders are 0-3, man.
They are.
They are not supposed to be 0-3 at this point.
They are not.
I mean, this game was like the Titans were in control the entire game up until the fourth quarter. Like
Yeah.
the Raiders just they had nothing.
Isn't this the Raiders blew the 2-point conversion at the end?
No, you're thinking of the Bucks, I think.
Well, I
Unless
mean,
the
they
Raiders did it
but
too.
I think the Raiders did it too.
No, the Raiders could have, and they didn't.
Oh, is that what it was? Something.
They didn't get the 2-point conversion, if I recall correctly.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't arguing that.
Oh.
He was agreeing with you. He just
I was
sounded
agreeing.
argumentative.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It all sounded so confusing.
No, I agree with what you're saying. You understand?
No, you're
Motherfucker.
dumb for agreeing with me. But hey, you know, Titans, Ryan Tannehill looked okay, I guess. Derrick Henry had 85 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty good.
He was starting to look a little more Henry-like throughout that game.
Yeah,
he was. And then the Derek Carr looked like Derek Carr. And Devontae Adams had 36 yards and a touchdown. I think he's probably starting to miss Aaron Rodgers a little bit.
Yeah, Derek Carr ain't it. I told you guys I joined the Derek Carr hate train last week or the week before. I'm on it now. He's not good enough. I don't think he's the sole. I still feel like the Raiders should he's not the reason they're 0-3. I don't think. But he's definitely not helping.
I mean, I've been driving that train for a while though.
Yeah. You're basically that train.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, right? Okay, so not to take it fully back with the Jets,
right?
But Zach Wilson
we always end up going back to the Jets. I don't know.
No. But I'm saying the year that Zach Wilson came out, because it was Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
If the Raiders had one of those players, are they better than they are with Derek Carr right now?
I'd take Trevor Lawrence over Derek Carr.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is starting to unlock.
Yeah, I would as well.
Yeah,
maybe. And he's also in his
definitely
year,
not Mac Jones.
Yeah, I would take Mac Jones
over Mac Jones.
I feel like Mac Jones is almost he's on the path to become Derek Carr, like a weird middle quarterback.
Don't put that either
one. That's
just
true.
like
I'm sorry.
Invictus is the Derek Carr hate train. I've been on the Mac Jones hate train. I'm starting that
from day one. You fucking.
I've just been saying that he's not as good as everyone says he is, and I mean I'm sad that he's injured because I can't really prove my rightness if he's not playing. But I don't know. I think in 2 years everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, Mac Jones. He wasn't it, wasn't he?
You know, as a fan of a rival team in the division, I remain neutral in this, and I allow I leave it to the floor to discuss Mac Jones and his potential.
That's fair enough.
I appreciate your open-mindedness, Rob.
I mean, I don't know. The thing is, with the QBs, it's the 3-year thing. You need at least 3 years to really know. Because I mean, who knows? Maybe next year Mac Jones. Maybe they actually hit on a wide receiver in the draft and they get good chemistry, and Mac Jones has a great year or something.
Yeah,
it happens. Yeah, because I mean, it might be happening for Tua this year. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a good
point. My God. Okay, stat time.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
The Raiders were 1 of 12 on 3rd down.
Oh, boy.
Ouch.
That's so bad.
I'm seeing a recurring theme.
Yeah.
Teams that lose don't do well on 3rd down.
Yeah, checks out.
You know what? I feel like the Raiders are one of those teams that pass a lot behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Like we were talking about last week.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Saw enough of that last week.
Yeah. And then they're also a team that has a tendency to do those stupid end outs where you catch it for 3 yards up the sideline that would not have gotten you the first down anyway. Stop doing it. You deserve to lose.
That reminds me of the play everybody does where they're like, oh, I heard they're going to try to draw the defense offside. And every time they just go up and go, ha, and then the clock, they take a timeout or whatever. And everybody knows it's going to happen. I was like, one of these times, can somebody just actually snap it? Because nobody's expecting it. Even the defense, they're not going to snap it. And then if they're like, oh, shit, he snapped, they'll be thrown off.
You're going to have such a fucking clean pocket on that play. It's crazy.
Exactly. I don't know why.
Because the defense are literally like, don't jump, don't jump, don't jump, don't jump. They're going to sit there for an extra half second going, oh, wait, did they? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then the offense gets the edge on you because they know they're going with the play. Like, hey, they're not going to jump, and we get the jump. Then, boom, they run over.
You know what's a similar vein that I think is completely underutilized is the fake spike.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you're going up for a spike, and, no one even tries it that much.
No, dude, I've seen that happening a little bit more often lately because I've had that same train of thought.
The only one.
I've seen Rodgers did it in Miami.
I've seen Rodgers do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like sparingly. It has been
Yeah.
more. It has been more common more recently, for sure.
Yeah, it has to be sparingly. That's the whole concept of the whole thing. They
no,
do
but I
too
mean,
much,
but
and everyone's gonna expect it.
it's too sparingly, right? Like,
Yeah, I think it's too
no
sparingly.
one's even trying enough for it to fail, you know. So you could definitely get away with it. Sometimes
I feel like the league in general is getting more aggressive in that regard, like going for things like
That's
fake
true.
spike. Like we saw a lot of fake field goals / fake punt attempts on Sunday.
Yeah.
And a lot more fourth down attempts as well have been happening.
Yeah,
I was
Over the
going to say
last,
that. That's something I'm happy about is that we're seeing more.
Absolutely, yeah.
Me too.
It makes no goddamn sense. 4th and inches. You don't trust your fucking professional football team. If you don't think your team can get inches on a down, your team doesn't deserve to win.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
They started doing that I only think 4 or 5 years ago. Like it hasn't even been that long.
It's relatively recent, yeah.
They used to be like 4th and 2, punt it.
So I know I've seen some, because I don't watch any sports media anymore, really, but I know that they do credit that to the analytics stuff.
Yeah,
because basically, data nerds just came in and were like, "You guys really just need to fucking go for it on 4th down."
It's the younger
It's
coaches.
not hard to get 2 yards. It really isn't.
exactly.
And it's because the younger coaches come in. You got the old coaches well, I'm doing it the way we always did. And then the young guy comes in. He's just like, well, if we just use data. And then Sean McVay and people hey, look, it worked.
Yeah,
some Moneyball shit, dude.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, you can't do that. It's against the unwritten rules. And they're just like, hey, well, too bad. You lost.
I mean, back in the day, it was third. It was always 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. There's no such thing as a 4th down because it was just it was almost taboo. Like why would you go for it? Did you not know it's 4th down? and so it's we hear coaches all the time. I mean, we even saw it with the Giants this year. They went for it on there was a risky play. They decided to go for the touchdown instead of the field goal. That kind of aggressive mindset works better in this stage of football right now because everyone is still so how many times do we see run pass?
Yeah.
The teams that aren't afraid to break that are having better success at it.
Yeah. And it's more fun.
Yeah, it's also more fun and engaging to watch too.
Run pass has evolved now. It's not run pass anymore. It's wide receiver screen, jet sweep screen.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, sorry.
I was say it's evolved to the point where instead of a run, you're just doing wide receiver runs essentially.
Yeah. And all your points, apply them to a fake spike.
Yeah,
dude, because if you're doing that 50% of the time, that high, something like that. Imagine the defense running down the field, and then they always have to play coverage on a play that they're probably spiking, but they might not,
Yeah. Not even I just want to see that where they all line up for draw them off sides, just go for it, especially if it's 4th and 1, just quarterback sneak it, you're gonna get it. So speaking of boring
football, speaking of,
I finally got a
sports.
fucking Carolina pick right, dude.
Yeah,
it only took
there
me
you go.
picking them 7 horrible times in a row.
And man, this game was god.
Dude, the Saints suck.
Oh god, man! This is one of 3 or 4 games this week where it's both of these teams just end it now.
Yeah.
Just why even bother playing the rest of your season?
I feel like we all thought the Saints were gonna be okay this year.
I thought the Panthers would be okay.
I thought the Panthers were gonna win the division.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the Saints are because
they were Jameis Winston is actually not too bad, and then he got injured, and they were like, well, you see, he's actually, but no, he was bad.
Yeah. But then see, that's the kind of thing. That's what I mean. Is that are they really believing in Jameis going forward? Because it kind of seems like they are, and I don't know.
They were losing 13 to nothing this whole game.
I can't believe that there are people out there still thinking that Jameis Winston is a halfway decent, winnable quarterback.
I'm with Frendor.
I think he's middle. He's a middle.
No.
Yeah.
He's a throw the ball in the air and hope that one of the teams catches it.
I will say that they have like good receivers.
That's what he's always been since forever.
But speaking as a person who's watched some pretty bad quarterback play over the years,
and you're an expert in that, Rob.
Yeah, I will say I prefer a dude like the year that Ryan Fitzpatrick was our QB. Yeah, every time he threw the ball, you're gasping because you're like, well, it could be to the defense or it could be an 80-yard bomb to a wide receiver.
But it's more fun, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like I do prefer that type of
better than check down, screen.
Exactly.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Run into the middle.
I prefer the gunslinger. If you're gonna be bad, like be a bad gunslinger, you know, and like throw a lot of picks and throw a lot of touchdowns. Yeah. And he does that and I do, you know. And look, the thing is you could win the Super Bowl with any QB, I think, honestly. Like the many years of Super Bowl winners has shown that, I think. So,
but I think you're more likely to win it with a very good quarterback.
Yes,
probably.
Which is Jameis Winston is not, has never been, and will never be.
I mean, the percentage isn't for the past like 10 years. The percentage isn't that high, right? Of like super elite QBs winning the Super Bowl.
I mean, we had Matt Stafford. I'd consider him a pretty good quarterback.
He's elite, honestly.
Yeah, I'd say he's elite. We got
probably
Tom Brady. Yep. We got Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
We got Tom Brady.
Yeah. Tom Brady's going to skew it a little bit.
We got Nick Foles in there. Okay, the old big dick
Nick Foles.
Okay, there's one. Then we have Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady,
and actually Peyton Manning. Remember that year was like dead. He was not a good.
He was bad. Yeah,
that's true. He was bad.
So I think we can
but he's still an elite quarterback, though. Just because he had a bad year,
generally, like he's an important.
He's still going to manage everything well.
You will not make this argument that Peyton Manning is on the Jameis level. I will not let you do that.
Fine. Just Nick Foles. Just Nick Foles is fine. Yeah.
So Nick Foles, and then you got to go back to 2013, probably Joe Flacco.
Yeah. I mean, and that's less than 10 years. You've got 2 out of 10. That's 20%. 20% are
that's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, you have a better chance with an elite QB, of course. But I'm saying
you have an 80% better chance with an elite QB.
Yeah.
I think you made the opposite point that you were trying to.
No, my point is that like QB is important, but it's not. If you do not have the elite QB, that doesn't mean that you can't win the Super Bowl. In 10 years, 20% of the time, you have QBs who are not anywhere close to the best. You know what I'm saying?
I would say
okay. So what would you
defenses?
I would
or
rather have
better teams,
Flacco than Winston. I would rather have Flacco than Winston. I would rather have Nick Foles than Jameis Winston. I would have rather both of those quarterbacks than Jameis Winston on my team if I want to have a chance for a Super Bowl.
Wouldn't you agree that the years in which a not so great quarterback has won the Super Bowl, that it was kind of like by happenstance and not by virtue of that team being the best team that year?
I mean, yes and no, but I mean, like, yes, but like that's kind of football in general, right? Like
Manning won 2 Super Bowls.
Exactly. Yeah, like it's any given Sunday, right? Like when you have a Super Bowl, like when you have the playoffs in general, like any team could end up winning. I mean, the Bengals might end up being not good this year, ultimately, and they won the Super Bowl last year. You know.
What?
They made it to the Super
Bowl.
They made
it. Sorry. Super Bowl.
They made it to the Super Bowl. Excuse me. Sorry. I apologize.
Revisionist over here. Come on.
No, but seriously, 2 out of 10, like for like that says that.
I think we're gonna agree to disagree on this one. We should move on.
I would say, in the grand scheme of things, if you have an elite quarterback, you have a chance to win a Super Bowl every year. If you don't have one, you have to hope your entire team is good for like a year, and then
I think we should also importantly qualify this with there's also another category with if your QB is Tom Brady, then you also have like a
just go.
Yeah, you have like a 40% chance to win the Super Bowl in the past.
It's probably like 60.
Yeah, right. So
the way that he played this past
That's
Sunday.
true too. Yeah.
He's
but how about
45.
Yeah.
how about,
insane.
Finally.
Baker Mayfield on the other side went 12 of 25, 170 and a touchdown, which isn't great.
No.
Below 50% completion, but he didn't throw any picks, I guess. I don't know. McCaffrey had 108 yards. I don't know what the Panthers. I need to like just watch a Panthers game to see what's happening because I haven't like fully watched it.
They just there's nothing
It might
going
be
on.
a coaching problem.
It might be, yeah. Because don't they have
What's
Matt
that?
Rule? It's like the
Yeah,
college
Matt
dude.
Rule. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
great.
about that.
Nah.
Anyway, moving on. Ravens Patriots. So we already
And-
mentioned Mac Jones got hurt this game, but he did go 22 of 32 for 3 interceptions.
They still almost got this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was
The Ravens are not. They're not good.
Well,
They're
The
not good.
Ravens' defense is really not good.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, 218, 4 TDs and a pick, and then he ran for 107 and a touchdown.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
So, yeah.
That's more of a vote of no confidence in the Patriots defense. But the Patriots still were in this game. They were leading this game for most of the game. They should have won this, and I'm real
In the
mad
fourth
that
quarter,
didn't.
they had every opportunity to win the game, and they absolutely choked. Like, well,
Or just
I mean,
stop Lamar Jackson. Just stop him.
yeah.
well, that's a pretty easy thing to say. isn't it?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I think it was weird. I think people are kind of riding the Lamar Jackson train again, and I want to be like, hold on, let's wait a second, because like I think Lamar Jackson still has the same problem, which is that everyone's
Starts off
always
hot.
like, well, no, everyone's like, okay, he can throw now, he can throw now. He's always been able to throw. I think what happens is that when he can run, he just throws better. Like when teams are scared of him, then
It opens up options.
Yeah, and so then he gets those big throws downfield, and he can hit them. He's always been able to hit them. So I still think if teams stop the Lamar Jackson part of Lamar Jackson, then he kind of, fucks it up, and he doesn't look as good. And that's what we saw towards the latter half of last year.
That one
I
Dolphins game.
also think that we need to start putting some respect on Mark Andrews' name.
Dude,
He's up
yes.
there in
Yeah.
that fucking Kelsey realm of tight ends right now, dude. Like he is offensively like one of the best weapons they've got.
Dude, as somebody who didn't get Travis Kelce and then got Mark Andrews, fantastic. Love it. Fantasy, 28.9 points. Very good.
He's got hands. He's got moves. He's fast. He's fucking like 6'5" or something, right? Like he's a big target out there.
He's like a Travis Kelce.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's
And but one thing that I will say though about Lamar Jackson is that like they don't really have a lot of passing options for him to throw to besides Mark Andrews, right?
Yeah,
Who they have really good chemistry with together.
Yeah.
Right?
Duvernay's
But-
not bad.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah.
yeah, he's okay.
But I mean, like, it's not the same as like when Pat Mahomes had Tyreek Hill coming at it.
Dude, I'm not gonna
as
lie.
his
I
first-
legit was like, "Where's Hollywood Brown?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, they traded."
I was actually just gonna say, don't they have Hollywood Brown?
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Man.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, I think their offense is a little lacking outside of those two.
Yeah. On the other side, though, look at that. Ramondre Stevenson, 73 yards touchdown.
He's awake this year.
He's awake, man. He's not sleeping anymore. Devontae Parker at 156.
The Patriots receivers are putting up numbers this year somehow.
Yeah.
Like Max getting the stats is just not getting the W's.
Yeah.
What happened there, Bear? Devontae Parker had 10 targets and 5 receptions because I didn't watch much of this.
He just came out. Well, okay, so he wasn't in the Steelers game, or was he? Did he play in that game? He must just not have been targeted at all because he only got
hurt.
He only got one grab week 1, and then he just sort of came out of nowhere this week. This does happen with the Pats too. Sometimes it's like they won't be in the scheme at all for the first couple of weeks, and then out of nowhere, this player will just show up and be the entire offensive playbook for that game.
Yeah,
and that could just be the case here. But I don't know. I guess. I was just asking you guys a couple of weeks ago too, like name our best offensive weapon. I didn't realize that this version of Devontae Parker was available when I asked that question, because that probably would have been the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, he was great on the Dolphins for years. Really.
Yeah, that's why I was shocked he wasn't doing anything. But now here he is.
Yeah, exactly.
The other big thing I saw is Dietrich Wise Jr. had 3 sacks.
Yep.
That's a lot of sacks.
Crushed
Especially
it.
on Lamar Jackson.
It's like a comic book supervillain name.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. You're right.
My name is Dietrich Weiss.
Like slowly petting the head of a cat as he's talking. Yeah.
And I have got your bottles in a vice.
Oh, the rhyme, too. That's beautiful.
Patriots also 2 of 9 on third down. So the third down
that's holding up.
efficiency. Yeah.
Quick check in with the stat booth again. That continues to not be good.
Yep.
Yeah,
you gotta convert those third downs.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
It's this kind of hard-hitting analysis that you come to this podcast.
They come running back every week.
It's so perfect because the bear taffy logo is just like primed to be like dressed in a little like analyst outfit with like a headset and everything. So it works out perfectly.
Speaking
It's
of
my bear plush doing the work in the background right now.
not good. The Detroit Lions choking away the game.
Ooh.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. That was the
was-
last time we picked the Lions.
There was a very pivotal 4th down
Yes.
that the Lions should not have gone for,
yeah.
but they were feeling it.
And they
because
did it.
If you look at their 4th down efficiency, 4 of 6.
Yeah.
They went for
Yeah.
6 4th downs this game.
But you look at their third down, and they were 3 of 16. So they converted more fourth downs than third downs.
They
That's
did.
very funny.
But it only
That's
took
got to be
the
like a
one.
very uncommon stat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It only took the one to fuck it all up.
Yeah. And the Vikings were 2 of 9 on third down. They weren't even good either.
Actually, by the way, I can explain that stat to you there. The reason the
okay.
4th down is higher is because you don't go for every 4th down. You pretty much always go for 3rd down.
It's true. Well, that's what I was saying, is that it's probably like a very uncommon thing for that to happen.
I love that it was targeted specifically just at Bear.
Well, I mean, because he asked the question about the stat,
Yeah.
about it being weird.
Well,
Yeah.
the big thing here was the Lions were leading this like entire game.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it was tied at halftime, but they were up like by 10 points going into the 4th, and it looked like they were going to win. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of got hurt, and then Deandre Swift kind of got hurt, and then there's like 1 or 2 other guys that kind of got hurt, and I was like, oh god, this is bad. But then the Lions did that dumb 4th down play, but then they had another play where it was like 4th and 3 or something, and there was like Vikings were out of timeouts. There was like a minute 30 left. And all they needed to do is get the first down, you win the game. And they decided to try for a field goal. And I was like, why? Like, if you kick the field goal, they can still drive down and get a touchdown, you lose. Like, if you get the 4th down, it's over. And you've went for it 6 times already. Like, might as well go 7, right? You're at over
a meaningless
50%.
field goal, basically.
Lucky
It was
7.
Yeah, it was a meaningless field goal. Like, you can still pick up 3 yards, and I just that would have been the play. Like, if you get that, it's game, and if you don't, then the defense goes out and tries. But they were like field goal, they missed it, and then the Vikings got like a 40-yard touchdown, and that was it. Yeah, it was just dumb.
And not Justin Jefferson, by the way.
Yeah, to KJ Osborne and Adam
3
Thielen.
catches for
Pretty well.
14 yards.
Oh boy.
Woo. Yeah, what's his name's really good on the Lions. He was the corner they drafted. Was it Oruarie?
Yep.
Oh.
I think that was him. Or is it Jeff Okuda? It might have been Jeff Okuda. Because I think they drafted him. Jeff Okuda. And, it's both of them.
Yeah.
They're actually both really good. So yeah, either way, this should have been another Lions win that they just choked away. Like, the Lions continue to be competitive every week, and they just either do something stupid or they just squeak by.
It was so funny watching this game because these are the 2 teams that we know the most for choking away like the most easily given victories. I was like, oh, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna like decide they want it the least?
It was the Lions.
Yeah,
It's always the Lions. Fortunately.
Apparently Dalvin Cook also dislocated his shoulder this game.
Ooh.
So that's bad.
It was a high injury week for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Deandre Swift obviously was hurt. I don't know what happened to him, but
Hopefully
he
nothing
looked like his ankle.
terrible, because I need him on my fantasy team.
Well,
What if they wore springs?
he is weak.
Right?
Oh, DeAndre Swift is week to week with a shoulder sprain.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm with you on that though.
Right? Spring
It'd be a lot
armor?
more, it'd be a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be interesting. Spring armor.
Might
Real
be
bounce.
safer. Probably not. 'Cause,
Just
then
bounce
they
off.
probably
Or
would've
the-
done it.
you never know.
Right? Yeah.
It's like-
It's probably so ridiculous they haven't even tried it.
Yeah.
Just imagine, like, the first play, they get it, and someone runs into it, he just gets bounced back and slams his head on the ground, gets an extreme concussion. There's
they
like,
gotta- They
Flies
got to put
into
him in
the
those
sand.
giant inflatable like plastic clear balls. That's all you got to do.
That's
Every
true.
single
I mean, that'd be
Oh,
pretty
that's
That'd
the
be
sport
fun.
now.
yeah, every single player just do that, and no one gets hurt anymore. Everyone's fine.
super monkey ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
yeah,
I
I'd
would watch
some of these
that.
football
I would
games.
too.
Yeah.
Then I'd watch over this game, the Eagles Commanders football team, shitty team.
Bad team versus mostly good team.
Yeah. I was excited because somebody dropped Devontae Smith this week in our fantasy league, and I was like, I'll pick him up, and he got me 30 points.
Oh God.
So that was good. Jalen
Good
Hurts.
choice.
Yeah, I was like, might as well.
The box score of this game is funny. I feel like you learn a lot looking at the box score.
You really do.
Yeah.
The Eagles won 24-8, and all 24 of their points were in the second quarter.
Yep.
So I do have to wonder what happened to the other 3 quarters for the Eagles.
That is a good
you know-
question.
When you
I mean,
when you
they went
scored
5. They broke our rule. They went 5 for 15 on third down. The Eagles did. That's not good.
yeah.
Yep.
Well,
No,
the
that's not
football
good.
team went 6 of 17, which also
That's
isn't
also
very good.
very not good.
What's the best third down percentage in the league right now? Like
don't know.
cumulatively over across the
Good
3
question
games.
that I don't know the answer.
Somebody
to.
look that up.
I'm on.
Look it up.
Thank you.
Oh hell yeah.
Big stat this game, the football team got sacked 9 times.
Oh my god,
That's a lot of sacks.
That's
that is a
absurd.
lot.
And I picked up that Philly defense just because I needed a defense, and I was not Dallas.
All right,
Yeah.
guess the top 3 for me right now. Best third down conversion percentage currently this year.
Buffalo.
Bills,
Nice.
Oh God, there's other teams.
I'm guessing Bills,
1 you will probably get, the other you will not.
Rams,
Kansas City,
No.
Miami.
Nope. That's close though.
Tampa Bay.
Close.
Nope.
No, God, no. Have you
Oh
watched?
yeah, that's true.
I don't,
The Jacksonville Jaguars?
Nah.
I don't think he meant close geographically.
I mean, he might have meant that.
I don't know what he meant by close, to be honest.
That's what else did he mean?
Miami was number 4. All right, so Miami's 4th at 48.48%. Seattle is number 3 at
Oh.
48.57%. And Philadelphia currently 2nd in the league at 48.89%.
Oh, so
Damn.
they only
Yeah.
did bad this game.
Yeah, it's only this
Yeah.
game, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like what is it, like 50% basically is like the
Yeah,
best.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So
And the Bills are up there
33%.
at 61.
Jesus.
Yeah, cheat. My God.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, so I guess if you're around 50, it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Here, where are the Dolphins on that?
He said
Like
4th.
I said, they were 4th, Miami.
Not 4th. Okay.
48%.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
that. Sorry.
AJ Brown also had 85 yards and a touchdown this game. Like Philly's got good receivers now, which seems to be their, it's actually
Yeah.
pretty good for Jalen Hurts. Like even if he only balls out for 1 quarter, like who cares? Because apparently that's all
It's
they
enough
need.
sometimes.
If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, the Commanders, the score towards the end was 24-2. They did get a safety, I think, in the 4th
Yeah,
quarter.
Oh,
no, I
yeah,
remember
right.
that.
Yes.
Which
Yep.
would have been a very funny score to end on.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just had to score
Oh,
a
that might have been a
touchdown.
scoregami, dude. Ah.
Yeah, it could have been.
Now here's the thing. Remember we brought up the Commanders mascot
Yes.
back a few weeks ago. So it is down to the hog and the dog.
Okay.
So it's either going to be a hog or a dog. And I would imagine they're going to go with the hog. But it's still just the fact that this team could have been the hog. They were going to vote for a hog mascot. But
Yeah.
you name your team
Yeah,
the
They're
Commanders.
rubbing it in.
This
It feels like an insult to the hog at this point.
So frustrating.
So fucked up.
It's like
They wanna
almost
have
every
their-
other name was better.
They want to have their cake and eat it too.
Honestly,
except the
every
cake.
I think every
is,
other
like, made
name
of
was
chalk.
better. I think this literally was the worst name.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just can't
actually,
get over that.
the Senators is probably worse.
Okay, that was the worst.
I will
was
say-
thinking the Admirals, which I feel like is one step
Right.
above this.
Yeah.
They-
No.
God,
At
if they
least-
become the Senators, I would have been so upset.
Yeah, that would have been
I
the
would
worst.
be real
Sucks
mad.
so hard, dude.
They at least got the theme of the mascot right, because the other two were historical figure and superhero, which okay.
Yeah.
So at least it's a
Yeah.
hog or a dog. Like,
But I still won't call them the Hogs.
They should just have a hog and a dog at this point.
they should just have a hog.
You know what's funny?
Dog.
You know what I just realized is if they were named the Senators, there would be more members of the Senators on that team than there are in the U.S. government, making them more representative of the United States.
There's Mitch McConnell running down the sideline. He leaps the pylon and he broke his back.
Here's the thing: can we have like, if he's a hog, can he be like a hog commander at least? Like he's got like a army helmet and shit.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
That'd be
no,
pretty cool.
that's the only way I'm really in favor of it.
Because
Actually,
then I'd be like, okay, they're kind of like hog commanders, so they can be the
Yeah.
hogs, you know?
and then there's like a whole hog army, and they got
Yeah.
like clearly separated like different ranks among the different little pigs out on the
if we're
field.
making lore for them, I'm kind of getting into it. I'm not gonna lie.
You have a chance, Washington. You have a
But-
chance.
I will qualify it by saying I do. If we go that route, I would like them to rename themselves to the Hog Commanders, because then I
so
would
simple.
be all
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
simple. Go with the
100%.
hog, dump Snyder into a volcano, and
Right.
people will like
Yeah.
you again.
yeah.
We
Now
will.
And only
There's
one of those
animal-
rules is a deal breaker.
There's
got
hope
Animal
for
Farm
like
going
the
down.
the expulsion of shitty owners, dude. You see Sarver's finally out of Phoenix.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
That might be happening. And the
possible.
reckoning might finally be coming.
Yeah.
Well, it happens in basketball, but
Yeah,
I
but
like,
Yeah,
the
you're
NFL
right,
owners
yeah.
also don't like Dan Schneider, so maybe they can.
I
get him
don't
out.
think
Yeah.
anyone on the he might be the least
I don't
likable
think Dan
person.
Snyder likes Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, we don't know that
Yeah, we
for
don't
sure.
Either way,
Probably.
yeah, if they pick the hog, they will now be known as the Hog Commanders.
Well,
I will not recognize them as the Hog.
All right,
I
that's fine.
still. It depends on that hog. It's got to
Okay.
be a. It's
It's
got to
be a good sized hog.
It's got to be a
Okay,
charming hog.
Yeah, that
you know,
depends.
For me to really get behind.
All right, we'll keep everyone posted on this hard-hitting
On the
news
size of
story.
the hog.
And the
Right.
size of the hog, yes.
The size of the hog is
Yeah.
very important.
Um,
And sweatiness.
Yeah.
Then we had the Chiefs and the Colts.
What the fuck?
Right? Yeah.
Oh my
What
god. man.
happened?
Yep. I
Well,
don't know.
I know exactly what happened.
Okay.
Randy locked it.
Randy,
Yeah,
that's
what it is,
Randy's
the
fault.
curse.
This
We have a
is
magic
Randy's
coin.
fault.
Do you
curse
actually
of
do you
Randy.
have the coin that you flipped? Is it somehow the same
That
one?
was
Is
just
it glowing?
random
Do you
number
hear
generator.
Right, yeah.
whispers from it? Like
It was just RNG generator online.
Oh shit.
So, no. Well,
You think he's got
technically
an
I had-
actual coin?
I mean, I have coins.
Yeah. Yeah, I have coins.
It's gonna take the longer by a factor of 10.
That's a good coin.
He will fumble the coin somewhere, drop it, and be like, "Oh, jeez."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened this game,
so
honestly.
I will say, in terms of like red zone statistics, they never showed this game. This game never did not come up, so nothing was happening in this game. Like it was probably a lot of punts and field goals, and it seems like looking at the box score, it was just kind of like field goal, couple of touchdowns, and then 3 more field goals spread out throughout the thing. Like no one did anything this game, and it just ended up Indy got a touchdown at the very end and won with like 20 seconds left. That's like the whole story. I think the Chiefs just couldn't move the ball.
I heard there was some penalty thing that was controversial, but I didn't see it.
I'd believe it.
But
I don't remember.
it's just, listen, if you're letting the Colts and Matt Ryan, everybody like stick with you this long, you're the
Oh,
Chiefs.
was that the pass interference call? Or no, that was in the Dallas Giants.
That was the
game.
Dallas
there was
Giants.
a horrible one. Yeah, I don't remember this one.
Yeah, there was something.
I will say I did see that Mahomes was fighting with Eric Bieniemy on the sideline.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
A little bit of drama.
Yeah, a little
He
drama over
wanted
there.
to like
Oh.
go for like a big play at the end. Oh, honestly, that reminds me of the fucking Steelers game. I gotta go back to that for a second. We had like this has happened now I think 3 times. It happened in the Giants game I think too last night. Why don't teams throw a Hail Mary at the end of the half? Like
I agree.
Yeah.
why? What you're at the 50-yard line or whatever. Most quarterbacks, if not all of them, can huck it 50 yards. Like what? Like it's not really a high risk play. No one really ever gets injured on these plays. Like just send them and jump ball. And
yeah, I wonder what the odds of getting pick 6 are on something like that.
Probably pretty low because
Pretty
it's
low,
very
I would
unlikely for the receiver or the defender to catch it and not immediately be tackled.
Right.
I think it's a confluence of factors here, because I think it's both the coaches are very conservative in general, but also I think the QBs just don't. It just hurts your stat line. Right?
Well, also that, and maybe it's not worth. I don't know how much it would really affect them to do like 150-yard throw, but also maybe that could be a factor.
I don't know. It's annoying.
I mean,
'Cause,
Rodgers
like,
has done some Hail Marys, and he cares about his stat line.
I think they're just playing timid.
I mean, Hail Mary is also a
annoying
pretty low
passive play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's such a, like, in my eyes, it's such a low risk play. Low injury risk, low bad thing happening on defense risk. Like, just do it.
But if they do throw their arm out on the dumbass 50-yard leave at the end of the half, that does feel pretty dumb.
Well, then I can finally watch Kenny Pickett. So
That's true.
I wonder if it has a low injury risk. I feel like that might have a higher one.
Well, that throw in particular must have a higher injury risk than any other throw, right?
I don't think QBs throw. They're not pitchers. Okay, I think throw their arm out that often.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I don't
like
know.
a 50 or 60-yard bomb, that's got to take like most of your strength, right?
Yeah,
I
would
mean,
think so.
yeah, but these are professional quarterbacks. They can do that.
Even
Like,
still.
I would honestly, I'd be more worried about the receivers, because like you're guaranteed, especially on Hail Marys, the refs let them fight each other.
Oh yeah, they do.
You know, like you're guaranteed to get probably
Some collisions and shit.
Yeah, like some serious contact at the end. You know,
Yeah.
like
I don't
I
know.
would.
Most of the time, it seems like they all just kind of stand in a little bunch and all jump at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
a
what
lot of
happened with DeAndre Hopkins when they won that game. Is he just jumped higher and reached a bit more, and then he just like mine.
Yeah.
Well, as somebody who's seen their team pull off numerous Hail Marys, one of them was like a 1-for-1 thing. That's where Chris Collinsworth was like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought he just did that.
No, he really did it that time.
That's what I hear.
Here's the guy.
Now here's
all
a guy
times.
knows how to catch a
He
Hail
just
Mary.
came back from the Mongolian throat singing camp.
Dude, I will link that clip again just so you can hear the Chris Collinsworth like, oh, it goes on. It's easily his longest of his lifetime. Then
Top 5 Chris Collinsworth. Oh,
and then there was, I think the one we did against the Lions at the end of the game. It was just none of them tried to knock the ball down, which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so he just caught it. And then one was just Randall Cobb got behind everybody who tried to knock it down, and none of them knocked it down, and he just caught it behind all of them. So,
See,
like,
now,
yeah.
I have a question there, because I feel like the Packers are a good example, or maybe it's not enough of a sample of like maybe you can make the Hail Marys happen. You know what I mean? Because like because like Aaron Rodgers clearly has success over the years with Hail Marys, but is he just like, maybe he's just especially lucky?
Maybe,
You know what
I
I
don't know. Because I mean,
Maybe
he hasn't
those quarterbacks just can't fucking throw it that far. I'm gonna
Maybe,
be honest.
yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why more don't try. I mean, I guess, yeah, if you got like Trubisky throwing it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Matt Ryan. I doubt Matt Ryan could 50-yard bomb it.
Yeah, I mean, I have watched Jets teams where they sub in the QB for the Hail Mary because he can just throw it farther.
Yeah. Speaking of throwing the ball, the Chicago Bears don't.
They don't do that.
They don't do
But
that.
they
But
can still
win.
barely beat the Texans by a game-winning field goal.
So I had the pleasure of swapping between this game and the Vikings-Lions game, and that was something. This game sucked. It was boring.
Yeah.
It was really bad. I had Damian Pierce on the Texans. Actually looked pretty good. He had some like top spin moves. He had a touchdown run. Like, he was looking pretty good, but he fumbled it, and then they took him out. Davis Mills looked okay. He actually... Here's the thing. The Texans had the ball. It was tied 20-20, and they were like ready to drive down the field, kick a field goal, and win. And then Davis Mills threw an interception to Roquan Smith and set up the Bears for a game-winning field goal. So really the Bears' defense is what won them this game.
Bro, Justin Fields threw the ball 17 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
And
only
2 picks.
completed it 8. I was going to get there. And he threw 2 picks.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
rough.
not it. He ain't it.
I actually think they're not throwing because they don't think he can throw.
I think that is the case. I mean, how do you throw 2 picks on 8 completions?
In fairness,
20% of your completions are interceptions.
I mean, that's bad, but in fairness to Justin Fields, who the fuck does he throw to on that team? You know what I mean?
A lot.
Cole Kmet, obviously.
Yeah.
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney.
Is like Mooney's actually okay,
Pringle.
but and Byron Pringle just went on the IR, so he's not there.
Well, they're going to take 1 reception away then, all right?
Yeah. Khalil Herbert, like the whole thing was the Bears are good at running the ball. Like they have Montgomery who's good at running, and now Khalil Herbert who's really good at running. He was averaging 7.8 yards a carry and 20 carries with 2 touchdowns. But this is like all they did against the Packers. And then they stopped doing it, and I was like, oh, thank God they stopped running. And then they like lost. So that's all they do is they just run. They run and play defense, which I guess it can work, but I don't think it can work long term. You know,
I'm hearing Rex Ryan in my head repeating the words "ground and pound, baby, ground and pound."
Yeah, it's like
how often does this happen, Rob?
It's every. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends on the day. A couple times a day, you know, really.
That sounds
at least once.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, well, you know,
right in your head
at certain times, you know, just at certain moments.
Like this can work, but then you hit a point where you play good teams that are good at stopping the run. Like you're not going to beat the Buccaneers doing this. Like
you might.
Well, I don't think that because they can't pass the ball, so they.
If you're like if your defense is good enough, then you I think you still can get away with this type of offense.
Yeah.
But your defense does have to be good enough. Because otherwise, if it's not, then you just can't run the ball. That, you know,
you still need some passing game. Like, they don't have a passing game. They've passed 23 times in 3 games.
Yeah, but, I mean, they are 2-1, so...
Well, one of those the Texans.
Yeah, record doesn't speak the whole story there.
I think, let's see.
They're the worst 2-1 team out there.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, probably.
Like, if you watch them against the Packers, it was not close. Like even the Giants, like they'll probably beat the Giants or something. Go to 3-1.
I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll get to that.
They actually have a decently. They play the Dolphins. Never mind. They got some tough teams. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I can see the Bears winning like 6 or 7 games and then still being like, well, now what do we do? Which actually just is probably the worst case scenario for them.
Yes. Good.
But I guess they'll figure out if Justin Fields is a quarterback of the future or not. So that's probably all you care about at this point.
They got first-round picks?
I think they do now, yeah. They didn't last year. And then the Texans, I think, are just kind of in the same situation of, like, they're just playing to see all their younger guys, see if Davis Mills is it. Like, he didn't look bad, but that play at the end was bad. So
they got, you know, actually, I was just looking at Tankathon. They've got 2 first-round picks this year, the Texans.
Yeah. No, Texans are still on a good path. And speaking of being on a good path, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah?
Dude.
Wow.
Trevor Lawrence. 62 yards, 3 touchdowns. Woo.
Yeah.
Looking good.
The Jags might be good.
So to just repeat yet another of the conversations Apollo and I had when we showed up on time at the agreed upon time that we had for the recording of the podcast today. I feel like it's possible that Trevor Lawrence very well could have just been getting completely held back by Urban Meyer.
Yeah, I could say.
Yeah,
yeah. Especially because the current coach Doug Peterson has as many wins as Urban Meyer did through his entire coaching career in the NFL.
Yep.
So what we're seeing out of Lawrence right now is like the complete package. The reason people were coveting him so much at that #1 pick because he looks really good. He
does look really good. And James Robinson's actually being utilized as a running back, 100 yards, a touchdown. Like, he's always been good. Then they were just like, I'm not going to use him. Like, Urban Meyer was like, I got the Travis Etienne Jr. from the college. I'm going to use that. It's like, dude, James Robinson, like, made the Pro Bowl. He was, like, Pro Bowl caliber, but he's on the Jaguars, so nobody knows.
Yeah.
So, like, it's just... Plus, you know, you don't have the threat of being kicked or yelled at.
Right?
Literally kicked. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
I
literally
was like,
kicked.
what?
And then your coach is
Jesus.
actually like, hey guys, we'll go out there and get him next week. Great job. We tried instead of like going to a bar and like sticking your finger up a girl's butt. So that's usually pretty important.
Yeah, on camera. That's important to have it on video.
So yeah, I'd say that makes a pretty big difference.
I mean, that division stinks.
Yeah,
right?
it sucks. They can win it, like straight up.
Yeah.
Their defense is actually really good too. Like, I didn't realize how good it was. The Jaguar defense has one of the lowest points allowed in the NFL. They've allowed 38 points this year, and the only defense that's allowed that or better is the Bills, 38 points allowed, and then the Broncos, 36 points allowed. And the 49ers, 37 points allowed, which is pretty good. Oh, wait, the Buccaneers, 27 points. Jesus. But still, that's like, for being the Jaguars, like, everyone laughs at you. Like, you got a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
Statistically there. So, I mean
it's the year of the Jaguar, baby.
Could be. Which would be very...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna basically I was trying to formulate a joke about making fun of you for saying Jaguar, but I know that like it's like a majority of you say Jaguar, right?
Jaguar?
No,
Oh yeah, I say Jaguar all the time.
I did
Called
not say Jaguar.
words are
Jaguar.
pronounced differently in different places, Rob.
I know, but
No
like
way.
Jaguar in particular, that one just always gets me.
You got me
all of
on
the-
caramel. You finally got me to swap over on that, but this one is just like, no, man, just give it up. Just let it go. You're not gonna get it.
In a way, I kind of appreciate the fact that there are no letters anywhere close to wire in there, and you just go for it, and I do respect that. Like I
don't
appreciate
go
it.
for
Don't
it.
say it like it's something
It's
like
not intentional,
unique to
man.
us. You're the weird one here.
We're like in like first grade with the little animal pop-up book, and they're like Jaguar, and we're like Jaguar, and it's like
Yeah.
that's just what we did. We didn't fucking. There's no coalition of like.
We didn't know to go to private school in New York City, Rob. No, I know you did.
Well, it's a Jaguar, so...
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. The Jaguars' offense also ranked number 6th in yards per game.
That's actually absurd.
Yeah, so their
team-
defense is 7th in yards allowed, and their offense is 6th in yards. So, like, it's pretty good. And they're in
Good
first place.
team. First place.
I
Hot
believe.
team. Hot quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is
so
very
hot.
Yeah.
I was just
Jeez.
wondering what was catching you.
Burning his hair.
Hair. God.
Dude,
I
they-
just will never. I will not charge. This Charger team, I am just done with.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert should be resting.
He
in a
should
hospital.
be playing.
Obviously injured.
Yeah.
It looks
Yep.
exactly like fucking Baker did last year, where it's
Yep.
like, okay, he's obviously injured. He can't
Yeah.
throw as well as he would. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to kill this man. He's going to suck after this. Like, everyone has seen this a million times before. We talk about coaches being fucking stubborn. Why is this the one thing they're not stubborn about?
Yeah,
They're so
real.
conservative, but they're willing to throw their quarterback to the fucking injury wolves. Like, it's
This is
Because
how
their-
we saw
their job's
your
on the
fucking
line.
future right there.
This is
Not
how we
for-
saw
not for the coach,
RG3
though,
die.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing though, is because it's not for the coach. Because if they have a shitty year with Herbert, sitting on the bench, mostly injured but could still play, the coach is probably still going to get fired anyway, right? Like he doesn't necessarily get the benefit of the doubt. So
Yeah.
that's why I think a lot of the time they force them in.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, this
It is
game was.
stupid.
I mean, I knew after I saw how this week was going. I'm like, yeah, this is my lock. My lock is over. I already can see the Jaguars are just going to absolutely destroy the Chargers. They're going to play horrible. Herbert's going to play obviously hurt, and then that's just going to be it. So
I thought the Chargers' defense would at least be good.
they were supposed to be good.
Yeah.
The Chargers defense is supposed to be good. They weren't.
That was so
38
bad.
points. Yeah.
Oh, my God. And I guess Rashawn Slater, their starting left tackle, ruptured his bicep, so he's gone.
Yeah.
So that's also not good for Herbert.
That's
Yeah,
not good either.
It's
Yeah,
not
definitely not
either.
good.
If you want free pick'ems wins, pick against the Chargers.
And Joey Bosa hurt with a week-to-week groin injury.
Ooh.
So
Not Charger season anymore.
do you guys
It's time.
remember when we were like the AFC West, man. Now this,
Yeah.
now this is a division.
Oakland fucking sucks. Denver probably sucks.
They're
Travis
2-1, but they suck.
Completely injured. It's like, oh no, it is just the Chiefs again. But they fucking lost. But they all suck, man.
They all suck.
No, actually, in that same vein, though, like I actually wanted to mention, like it's still too early to say that the Jaguars are maybe are. I mean, they are maybe good, but also it's week 3. So like
that's true.
You know, this is one of those things where we you know at week 18 we're like,
It's
hey, remember
all about overreacting to everything that
Right,
happens.
it's
That's
true,
the
yeah.
point of this
That's true.
podcast and all sports media.
Remember
He's not
last year, the Cardinals were like 7-0.
Yeah.
Right? And then
How did
they
that
got
happen?
shit on in the second half, and then they got shit on in the playoffs. We were like, man, they suck.
wasn't it was like a Jeff Fisher year of the Rams, right? Where
Yeah.
it was like the same thing where they went like 9-0 and then lost 7
Yep.
straight or something and missed the playoffs.
Yeah, that was there. So I mean, yeah, you can't just be like, oh, this team's 3-0 or 2-0. Like it's a long season.
Yeah.
So we will see about that. Then we had the Rams Cardinals. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Kind of a boring game.
this is a boring game. Kyler Murray threw it 58 times though for no touchdowns, which is kind of impressive to be honest. They didn't
look,
score any touchdowns.
No, 4 field goals. It ain't good.
That
It is what we call ain't good at all. I mean, 6 for 18. They had 18 third downs. You actually want to have less third down tries because that means you're, getting the ball 10 plus yards on the first and second down, right? So when you have 18 third down plays, that means your first 2 plays are shit. Like the whole game.
And they were 4 of 5 on fourth downs, but yet they didn't get. I don't know how they didn't get a touchdown. Like that's impressive that they didn't score at all.
They
Even
didn't turn
running
the ball over.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
No fumbles, no interceptions.
That's
I mean, the
only
Rams
4
defense
punts.
is still, they're still real good.
They
Rams
are good,
D.
but it must have been the red zone defense that shut them down then. But on the other side, even Matt Stafford wasn't good. He threw for 249. But it was just Cooper Kupp ran one in on that crazy play, and then Cam Akers had a touchdown. That's all they needed.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a weird division too.
Yeah. The Rams are definitely not. I mean, they're winning. It's just they're not as good as they were last year. I don't think. They've definitely slumped.
They have definitely slumped, 100%.
But do you guys think they're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll make the
Rams
playoffs.
make playoffs.
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, but see, that's the thing is that like I think if they make the playoffs, then I don't know because like is
here's
there
the
a
thing.
team that's so dominant right now?
It's the Bills are still the Bills, and then we have like the Eagles and the Dolphins who are like rising stars, and I guess the Jags too in a way.
Those
And
are
everyone else-
such distant second, third, fourth from the
Yeah,
Bills.
I know.
though.
I'm just saying, like that's
And
I
very
look-
week 3 sounding.
Yeah, absolutely.
picks,
Like those are the 3, really? Ew.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
I
because
think
we
you're
have
right,
like
too.
the good teams that like the Chiefs and the Packers who are like, and then the Bucks to an extent too, where it's like these are the good teams from last year, but they just have none of those 3 teams have looked good except the Chiefs for like 1 game.
Well, we look pretty good for half.
It was more of a quarter, wasn't it?
See, you
like
negotiated down.
I'm pretty sure it was
so-
1 quarter. Oh no, it was a half. Okay.
Yeah, it was a half, yeah. So yeah, that game happened. And then we got to this game, the Packers-Buccaneers. So
What an awful game.
I enjoyed the outcome.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, a duel
Bro,
of the ages.
Fucking the sportscast, like they had a literal. I was watching NFL Network before because it's like right next to Red Zone on the channel list, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna make some breakfast and have this on before Red Zone comes on. They literally had 2 goats, real goats, like walking in Brady and Rodgers jerseys, like fighting each other, and I'm like, you just know that this is gonna be like a fucking 6-9 game now. And nothing is gonna happen, and basically that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
And both quarterbacks looked average. Like it was a shitty game. No one played well, and Green Bay won because Tampa Bay got a fucking delay of game on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah. So,
Unbelievable.
I got a little worried at the start because Tampa Bay drove down the field, got a field goal. I'm like, all right, You know, 3-0. That's not good. But then we got a touchdown. I'm like, all right. And then the Buccaneers just look like ass. Like, they literally just couldn't do anything. So I was like, all right, well, that's good. And then we go down. We score a touchdown again. I'm like, all right, 14-3. And then the Buccaneers look like ass. Then we get the ball, and I'm like, oh, here we go, 21-3 coming up. And I'm like, oh, man. Hopefully we don't have one of those game-changing turnover plays that we normally do that makes the entire offense go stale. And then right at the 1-yard line, about to score a touchdown, we fumble it, and the offense goes stale for the rest of the game. I don't know what it is. This happened in the playoffs. We literally were driving against the 49ers. We're looking good. We're like, yeah, this is easy. Mercedes Lewis fumbles it. Offense dies. Like, rest of the game. I'm just like, what happens? Like, do they just go like, I don't know what to do anymore? Like, what were you doing before?
The Packers are a momentum-based team. Yeah. They're a momentum-based offense.
They really are. Like, when they're rolling, they're rolling. But when they stop rolling, they are trash.
And the Buccaneers are well, it's 5 minutes left in the game. I guess we better start making actual plays offense. Yeah. Because that's all that we do. That's all that we do. It's like, it's just check down.
Yep.
For 3.5 quarters, there's nothing, absolutely nothing going on. And then finally at the very end, we get a chance to actually, like, you know, tie the game, and then we shoot ourselves in the foot. I mean, that's what the Bucks are good at. But to be fair, I want to just say, to be fair, I can't put all this and not even like a majority of this on Tom. You have to stop the run. You cannot allow a team to get any sort of execution on the run, because that's going to free up the pass. And the Packers, they were not playing their best at all. If they had actually played at the level that I think the Packers are at, this would have been a blowout game in favor of Green Bay. It would not have been close, because the way that the Bucs are playing on defense was just absolutely atrocious. But also, again, to be fair, on the offensive side of things, Tom is playing without any receivers right now. Yeah. I mean, I like Scotty Miller. I really do. I think that he is a very good return man, but he needs to stop playing receiver, because he had so many targets that were just a couple of the targets were not his fault. Those were bad throws by Tom, because he was being pressured by our Swiss cheese of an O-line. But Scotty, I mean, like that, we have to get someone else out there. I mean, we have no Chris Godwin. We've got no Julio, who was a game time decision. They decided to hold him, even though he could have played, according to post game reports. And of course, you know, I also got to put a lot of blame on Mike Evans for being a dumbass for getting ejected and then suspended for a game. And that's exactly what I talked about last week. You hurt more than just yourself when you do that kind of dumb shit. Yep. In fact, you probably win this game if Mike Evans plays. Yeah, I mean, because the Packers were not playing good. The Packers barely won against a nobody wide receiving core with the Bucs. Now, we also have nobody wide receiving cores over here.
Are you telling me Romeo Dobbs?
Sleeper pick, Romeo Dobbs. Sleeper pick. He's awakening, dude. He's waking up. There he goes, 73 yards and a touchdown. He's coming online. It's happening. Is he a machine? Is he an agent? He is. Elder machine.
Randall Cobb, one more fucking pass, and he's going to turn to dust. So
yeah, that's Randall Cobb corpse out there.
He's playing solely through the power of friendship.
He really
is. Keeping his body together.
And then the Lizard King had a touchdown. Pretty solid. He went and threw up after.
He did. That was so
probably
gross.
From the heat. Apparently, the Bucs did not give air conditioning to the visiting team locker room. So
okay, that's fucked up.
That is pretty fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's bucked up. Yep. There was also a shitty call where there's running into the punter after we had like a return that got down to like the Buccaneer 30, and they were like, "Hey, he ran into the punter." He literally got shoved into the punter by the Buccaneer player, and they didn't even look at it. They didn't even bother. It was like, yeah. I was like, he got shoved. Like what? That was dumb. Aside from that, it was pretty much even match of mediocrity.
Just a god-awful game.
Yeah, this was one of those games where you're just like, thank God we won. Now move on. Unless you're the Buccaneers, in which you lost.
We do have 2 more god-awful games to talk about, and one more decent game. And you're never going to guess what was the decent game.
Yeah. But one thing that I was going to say is that, Sinvicta, one thing I will say, Russell Gage, 13 targets, 12 receptions. That's a very high catch percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Gage looked good.
He was one of the few bright spots for us. I mean, I got to say that also Leonard Fournette was completely hamstrung by the Packers. He had basically like one good rush, and then that was it. That's the only thing that brought his rushing average up. So I really am not. The only takeaways I have from this is that we need to have our good receivers back, because Tom, he did what he could with what he had, but he was also getting pressured quite a bit by the Packers, and he looked uncomfortable.
Yeah,
until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, the Packers defense is actually good this year. It's like the best it's been since 2010. The problem is we just need we need like Romeo Dobbs or someone else to just like become a good receiver, which seems like it's happening, but I don't know. And then, man, you just got. It's not like I hate that. The momentum's gone and that the offense is gonna suck ass. I hate when that happens.
That's the best way to summarize this game is. Ugh.
Yeah. As soon as he fumbled on the one, I was like, it's fucking. They're done. They're not gonna score again.
Yeah,
it's over. Then we had Falcons Seahawks.
Indeed, we did.
I guess Geno season's over early, guys.
Yeah, can we stop saying it's Geno season?
Geno
now,
did throw
never
for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's still Geno season. It's the Seahawks that are letting you down.
Yeah.
They lost to the Falcons, Rob.
Yeah, but
they did allow Cordero Patterson to get 141 yards and 17 carries.
That
is true.
Yeah, that was Geno's fault, Rob.
Yeah, I will accept
the tackle,
that.
Rob.
Yeah, I should have suited him up.
Tom Brady would have made his defense get those tackles.
Yeah, Tom Brady would have done it.
Yep.
Yeah, he probably would have. You're right. There's no way to dispute it.
Yeah.
To be honest, so.
Yep. But yeah, this game occurred, and they actually had pretty good third down percentage efficiency. I think that means their defenses suck, most likely.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the primary takeaway here is that both of these teams do not have a very good defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to rewind 1 second and give a mad shout out to the Packer MVP, our punter. Fantastic punting. He downed them in within their own 15 numerous times. We also had some gunner we got from Jacksonville, Rudy Ford, I think is his name, who was just there every time. We downed a thing at the one. It was the Rich Biasca effect. He actually took our shitty special teams and made it good. That and the Bears punter. Thank you, Bears, for the punter. It's the best our special teams has looked in maybe forever.
If his name is... Sorry.
Thank you for rewinding for the punting recap.
Listen, we lost the divisional round because our punting sucked ass. All right.
Is his name actually Rudy Ford? Because he sounds like he's going to sell me a newspaper in the 1920s.
Well, our punter is Pat O'Donnell.
Yeah,
but,
I mean that. Yeah.
Rudy Ford is, I guess his name's Jonathan Ford, but he's called Rudy.
Right, because that makes sense.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. All I know is apparently Rich Biasco was like, I want this guy on here. And they were like, all right. And they went and got him, and he's been fantastic on coverage. So I'm like, dude, awesome. A guy that actually knows how to tackle and play special teams. It's great. Listen, you can tell how excited I get from special teams and punting. You know how bad our special teams has been. We would have been in the Super Bowl if we had good special teams the one year and did not recover an onside kick.
Someone bring him back. He's losing it. He's losing it.
Anyway.
It's going to be another 3-hour episode.
The years of regret are building.
All right. 49ers, Broncos.
One of the worst games in 10 years.
Jimmy Garoppolo
really
stepped out of bounds.
Fucking awful. I cannot believe how bad I stopped watching this game because it was so bad to go watch the House of the Dragon instead. And I came back an hour later and the score was the fucking same. And I literally came back right as Jimmy G was stepping out of the end zone for a safety.
They also converted 1 third down out of 10 in 49er land.
Yeah.
Dude,
was not enjoyable.
I was getting really frustrated this whole past week because everyone, even this podcast, was like, you know what? The Niners are probably better now that Jimmy G's coming back.
That's what I thought.
And in my head, I'm like, did we all forget that Jimmy G sucks? Like,
I would myself and say that I never said that.
Just everyone. Like,
Well, I thought the
literally,
Broncos were suckier, and they are sucking.
they are suckier. You know, they are. It's just, there's a reason they were playing Trey Lance. Jimmy G was not the answer.
Yeah.
And yeah, Trey Lance was still new, but them going back to Jimmy G is just. They're not going to have the same lucky year they had last year where they scraped by with Jimmy G. They're going to lose.
I will never lock the 49ers ever again.
I think you said that last year, too, actually.
I probably did.
That like,
no, I'm definitely not doing it. Well, the Broncos defense at least looks good. And Melvin Gordon got a touchdown. Did you know?
Melvin Gordon.
He's on the 49ers now? Is that what
That's
you
what you thought, but he's on the Denver Broncos.
He's on the what?
Yeah, I was shocked too.
What the fuck?
The bit's never going to die.
It's never going to die.
Until he retires.
Until he retires.
He's got to be not on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, then we're just going to carry it over to the next team.
That's a good point. Yeah, we
true.
definitely will.
I don't think he's on the Broncos.
No, yeah, we're setting up that bit for the future.
Anyway, then the Cowboys played the Giants.
Just another
Just
awful
a barn
game.
burner. Yeah.
Listen, here's a Jerry Jones quote. Cooper Rush has the makeup of a top quarterback.
Right, he really wants a draft pick out of Cooper
He really
Rush.
wants a
He's trying to get
I'd say he's even worth a second or third round pick if I had to get trade for him.
I think Cooper Rush might be Pat Mahomes in waiting.
But yeah, he did all right. 21 to 31, 215, a touchdown. Tony Pollard ran for 105. Zeke ran for 73 and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 87 and a touchdown. I would say more that CeeDee Lamb is good. That helps Cooper Rush look better.
Yeah.
He had an insane catch. And then on the other side, Daniel Jones was bad. He also got sacked 5 times, whilst Cooper Rush got sacked 0 times. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This was the Giants, I believe, are the ones that got completely screwed over on a blatant pass interference call in the end zone. Disgustingly blatant.
It was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, the refs just they haven't been they're not as bad as last year, which is hard to do because they were terrible.
Yeah,
but they are pretty close.
Yeah,
getting clever. They're covering the spread better in a way that's harder to see.
Yeah, they are more competitive, and that's that.
Yeah.
That's the nice way of saying that they're horrible. When people say something is competitive,
this is This is either way. This is the Eagles' division to lose at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
unless the Cowboys randomly decide that they're going to be good when Dak gets
they
back.
can't.
They can't.
Oh, right. They can't. That's true.
Yep. Not allowed.
They're magically cursed. Yeah.
That was this weird week in football. Sinvicta. Power.
Yes, Coach. We got power rankings. As we go in to week 4, hopefully Coach used the right thumbnail for this episode of the podcast. We've got lots of moving, lots of shaking, lots of grooving. Top 5 in the power rankings. Once again, shout out to longtime contributor of the podcast, Dan Hanses over at NFL.com.
Yep.
Starting with Robert.
Yes, sir. Oh, the top 5.
Rob, we've done this for 5 years now. Rob.
He said
I said the Chiefs.
He said the Chiefs.
Air.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coach Krendor.
Packers.
Yeah. And Apollo.
Dolphins.
Yep. And Rob for the dunk.
What a world. Did we say Bills yet?
Nope.
You did not. And if
Bills.
you do, that is correct.
Wow.
The top 5. The podcast sweeps them with the rankings 1 through 5. Here we go. The number 1 team in the NFL, according to the Bible and the internet, the Philadelphia Eagles, the 3-0 Eagles, sitting at number 1, leapfrogging the Bills and the Dolphins, who are the 2 and 3 spot. The 4th spot are now the Packers, and then the 5th spot is the Kansas City Chiefs. Rounding out the top 10, this is sometimes I don't know what Dan is thinking, but sure. Number 6, without moving has been the Rams 7. The Ravens now going from 10th to 7th. The Bucks are somehow in the top 10, now falling from 4th to 8th. The Vikings are now back in the top 10 and 9th. And then the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals, are back in the top 10, according to Dan Hanzus. Now we've got a lot, and I mean a lot of games that have moved over here. Not as much as in previous weeks, but I'm going to give this one to Robert because, Rob, I like you, and I think I have a slam dunk pick for you.
All right.
The thinnest dink this week. This team has moved up 10 spots in the power rankings. I'm not going to give you any hints because it's going to be too obvious, but I think you probably know them anyway. Name this team.
Oh, well, I mean,
Okay, one hint.
The Dolphins.
One hint.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll give you one hint. This team moved from 28th to 18th.
Okay. 28th, 18th. Okay. It's gotta be. Oh, well, then is it the Jaguars?
It is indeed the Jaguars.
Okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Now we flip-flop it over here to Apollo for the fattest doink of the week. This team has fallen 8 spots. They were previously in the top 10, but now are not. Name this team.
This is a tricky one.
They are AFC. That's the only thing I'm giving you.
They're AFC. They were in the top 10. They have fallen many spots. The Patriots.
Close, but as incorrect. It is the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers have fallen from the 7th spot all the way down to the 15th spot, which goes over here to Coach Crendor now. Yeah. True or false, Coach Crendor, the Los Angeles Chargers are ranked below the Denver Broncos.
Oh, God. False.
That is incorrect. The Broncos are somehow, with their convincing win over the Niners, are now ranked 1 spot above the Chargers at the 14th spot, Dan. Jesus. All the way over the Chargers, who are now, again, as I said before, in the 15th spot. And finally, Bear Taffy. We go to you.
Yeah.
Bear Taffy. True or false? Here we go. This is a humdinger.
Oh, boy.
The New England Patriots are ranked above the Atlanta Falcons.
That is false.
That is incorrect. The Patriots are actually still ranked above the Falcons, despite losing a game that they should have won. But the Patriots have fallen 6 spots. Not the fattest doink, obviously. They've gone from 18th to 24th, whereas the Falcons have risen from the 29th spot to the 25th spot. And last but not least, I got to go back to Rob just as a consolation one. Robert.
Yes.
Your New York Football Jets.
Okay.
True or false, are ranked below the Houston Texans.
Ooh. I mean, I know it in my heart to be true.
What's your answer?
True.
That is incorrect.
Oh!
The one bright spot this week for the New York Jets is that they are not ranked below the Houston Texans. They are 31st in the league now.
He's self-aware. He knows.
They're back down to the from the 25th spot. They enjoyed their basking in the glow of the top 25 and have now fallen back down to the doldrums of the 30s in the power rankings. And I'll read the write-up really quick for the Jets just because it's hilarious. New York has held a lead for 22 seconds this season. Luckily, it was the final 22 seconds of a miracle win in Cleveland. Otherwise, it's been an ominous start to a 2022 for the perpetually rebuilding Jets. Joe Flacco struggled mightily in the, I like that word, mightily, in Sunday's 27-12 loss to the Bengals, missing open receivers and showing a remarkable inability to protect the football when hit in the pocket. The defense is also an issue. The pass rush hasn't been good as advertised, while the secondary continues to give up the big plays thanks to weekly miscommunications. Zach Wilson appears to be set to make his season debut against the Steelers on Sunday, but the young quarterback can't fix everything. That's going to do it for the power rankings. Back up to Rob, Bear, Coach, and Apollo in the booth for Pick'ems.
And boy, was Was it a pick'ems, baby?
Yeah,
Boy,
well,
was it?
that's one way to. Yeah.
Yeah, I went 5-12.
Yeah.
Sinvicta went 7-10. Rob 6-11. Bear 8-9. Apollo 13-4. Randy 10-7. And Discord 6-11. It's crazy out there.
That's a tough one.
My
That's
favorite thing about pick'ems is that whenever they post the graph in the Discord, Krendor is so low that he doesn't appear on the graph.
Yeah.
I'm having my worst pick'ems here. Yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
Rob has now correctly predicted 11 straight Bengals games, playoffs included. This breaks the longest streak, which was held by me at 10 with the Titans.
Wow.
I find it funny that your inability to predict the Bengals, you broke the record with a Jets game. Jets Bengals.
That is funny.
By picking the Jets.
Yeah. Oh. Peer pressure. This is the danger of peer pressure.
Yep.
Everyone at home.
It is.
Understand.
So far this season, locks are 11-9, the worst of any season after 3 weeks.
Oh boy.
It is pretty bad. I did say that I was doing a lock curse last week, but I think I instead of cursing the Ravens, I just cursed all of the locks.
Yeah, I think
except
you
my
did.
own.
You just said the word curse and the universe heard it. And
Yep.
And yeah, it just threw a dart at a board and was like, okay.
Krendor tends to pick 49ers both more frequently and more successfully in September.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. And apparently, I don't pick them at all in November. So that's good to know. And then everyone but Apollo predicts late window games better than early window ones.
By like a lot, mostly, too.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Huh.
I wonder if there's any reasoning or if that's just math.
Maybe it's because they put the better games later and the worst ones earlier, so it's like kind of easier to pick. I don't know.
No, actually, that totally makes sense because those games are probably easier to predict than the schlock in the middle of the, at the 1 p.m. games.
Like
I feel like
Titans,
there's more
Raiders.
NFC games in the late window than AFC, and I don't know if that's just me being stupid.
That might be true. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's not many late games. Usually
Yeah, it's like usually
3.
like 9 to 5.
Yeah. And then Randy is the third to lock a fattest doink team, the Colts, for the win. And Rob did it season 4 with the Colts.
Let's go.
And Bear did it season 5 with the Cowboys, who won.
So anytime someone's locked a fattest doink, they've won. Who was the fattest doink this week?
It was the
Chargers?
Chargers.
Yeah, that's a way.
And they play the Texans?
Wait a minute. And hold on, I was about to say the other common denominator is they're all C teams. So the Chargers.
What the fuck, dude? It's magic.
I mean, it could be that the Chargers are a lock this week.
We'll see. I don't know.
Wait, what was that Dolphins stat I linked? Wasn't it like they always beat quarterbacks that have O in their name?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they always lose against everyone else.
Yeah, but they beat Josh Allen, so that breaks the streak. Because he doesn't have an O in his name. Or wait, Josh. I thought it was last name. Okay, I thought it was last name. Hold on. Hold on.
You just
Cash Dolan.
Okay, it's last names.
Last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because technically they lost to Tom Brady. All right, take that.
It's the dumbest stat. It is the dumbest stat far. I say we, but Krendor.
When Mercury's in retrograde, the
you got 5
San
planets
Francisco
retrograding.
49ers.
Anyway,
But trying to decipher the mysteries of the universe is it's difficult, but it's what we strive to do here at the Free Guys and Fair Podcast.
Well, just like with math in the universe, math is our understanding of the universe. Pick'ems is our understanding of football. So
and mine is terrible. So, Dolphins, Bengals to kick things off.
Bengals.
Oh shit!
I mean Dolphins.
I was gonna say what?
Yeah, I meant
Hold
Dolphins.
on. I gotta get the schedule.
I'm going Dolphins.
My upset senses are tingling.
Is it an up? Like, are the Dolphins that solid that
they
it would
beat
be an
the
upset?
Bills.
Yeah, but it's the
They're
Bengals were just in the
3-0.
Super Bowl last week. Last
Last
week
week was the Super Bowl.
They lost to the fucking Cowboys, I guess, and then the Steelers.
Yeah, but the Dolphins haven't been in the Super Bowl since 1985.
Who cares about the
not talking about the Super
1985?
Bowl.
To be fair, they should have beaten the Steelers if they knew how to like make an extra point.
Yeah.
True, but yeah. I don't know. This is legitimately very tough for me.
This is a tough one.
I think the Bengals are on a bounce back swing. I'm going to take the Bengals
All right.
for the upset.
All right.
I still don't think it's that much of an upset.
It's a big upset, man.
No, it's,
Okay, it's not a big upset,
It'll
but
be
it's an
close.
upset.
it'll be close. I think the Dolphins still got it. Vikings Saints.
I haven't
Wait.
picked.
Oh, you haven't
No one,
picked.
Bear and Rob haven't picked.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or
and also, Bear might
is
not be able to
muted.
pick yet. Yeah. If you look at the message in
Yeah.
Oh, so we'll have to get his
Yeah,
picks later. No worries.
the I'm gonna take the. You know what? Apollo went 13-4. I'll take the Bengals.
all right.
all right.
Hey, don't copy me.
Vikings Saints.
Vikings.
Vikings.
I
Saints are awful.
going with the New Orleans Saints.
You're picking the Saints just because you don't like picking
Here's
the
the
Vikings. That's
they're
the
in
only
London,
reason why you're
dude. They're
doing
in
it.
London. The traveling.
He could be flipping the coin.
Oh, we don't know.
I could be
Oh,
flipping the coin, but I could not
Could
be
be
flipping the
flipping-
coin. And
He's
here's the
doing
thing.
it because he doesn't
Here's
like
the
picking
thing.
the Vikings.
I'm gonna be
Saints-
honest,
Here's the
though,
thing. I
I'm
don't
pretty
like
sure
the Vikings, but they're going to London. All right, I think the Saints, I think they still got a little bit of receiveration there. I think they'll be fine. I think they got a defense, all right?
Wow, it sounds just like Chris Collingworth's here.
Telling me the word wrong.
I know
it's-
you get it.
It's
Can I
the
posit-
Vikings.
Can I posit a theory on the coin
Sure.
front? I think maybe Apollo remembered the coin thing before Krendor did. So I'm not sure. Yeah. So I'm not sure
I
if we could
think
take
the
it.
Saints is a fucking god awful pick. That's why I think
He-
it's
I'm
the
taking the
coin.
Vikings too.
I'm telling you why he's picking the Saints.
All right. Lions, Seahawks.
Lions.
Lions.
I don't know.
It's a Lions win here, 100%.
I don't trust them anymore.
Yeah, but the Vikings. I mean, it was close. They made some mistakes. It's a home game. Seahawks suck. They're overrated right now. They lost to the Falcons.
But it is also the Lions.
It is, and that's why I didn't pick them last week. But I think this week they do have it.
And it's also Geno season, according to only Rob.
It is. Well, hey, he did well. All right, I'll have you know.
Well, why didn't he make those tackles, Rob?
That's a good point.
Okay, I'm picking the Lions, but let it be known this is the last time I will pick them ever for the rest of the season if they lose this game.
All right.
I'm
And
fine.
Rob?
I'll pick the Lions. Fine,
All right.
fine. I'll do it. I'm scared, but I'll do it. Which team am I bad at? Bengals. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Jets, Steelers.
Steelers.
Oh,
Steelers.
you guys are so more confident in a terrible offense.
I'm
than I
not
am.
confident. I might.
I'm confident with how bad the Jets are.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
me
take
too.
the New
I'm
York
very-
Jets.
Oh, you people are wild.
Oh,
I won't allow the peer pressure to get to me
Steelers
this
did not
week.
look good.
Steelers are so bad.
Yeah, but you guys realize the
This
teams
is the
that they're
Zach
playing.
Wilson return game, dude.
Maybe he might not.
The problem is Minka Fitzpatrick is injured and might not play, and that's our defense is already fucking in shambles, and that's our literal star safety not playing. That's kind of a problem. I'm taking the Jets.
Oh man, okay. Just to save you guys, another important qualifying note: even if Zach Wilson is playing, he wasn't good last time he played.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco isn't good either, and the Steelers are also
Yeah.
not good. This is a game full of not good teams.
Yeah. I feel
a
like
good
the
point.
Jets could win this game.
It's out of the upcoming schedule. It's probably one of the more winnable ones. Yeah, but I'm still taking the Steelers.
Bears, Giants. Taking
Gotta
the
be
Giants.
It has to be
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, it's Giants. I
I'm taking
agree.
Giants. Yeah.
Back, I gotta catch up.
Oh shit.
Okay,
yeah.
Dolphins,
Speed
Bengals, go.
picks. Bengals.
Okay, Vikings, Saints, go.
Vikings.
Okay, Seahawks, Lions.
Lions.
Okay, Jets, Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay, Bears, Giants.
Giants.
All right.
All right.
That's it. Yeah, that was pretty solid. Yeah.
Titans, Colts.
It's
Give me the Titans.
Titans.
I think the Colts got it.
No,
I don't
think
trust
it
the
was
Titans.
I think it was a fluke game.
Yeah, I don't believe in the Colts.
I don't believe in the Titans.
I
I
don't
don't like the
either.
Titans.
But the Titans are managing to win a couple of. Did they only win one game?
Yes.
Yeah, the Titans are bad too. Yeah.
And they
Everyone
almost
sucks,
against
dude.
the
Everyone
Raiders.
sucks this year, dude.
Everyone sucks, dude. It's terrible.
Look, I had a good week. I can do some more flagrant picks. All right, I'm taking the Titans.
Oh, that's the flagrant pick. I'm
I don't
taking the
think
Titans
that's-
too.
I don't think it's a flagrant pick.
Yeah.
Well, look, flagrant just means it's out. It's actually it's meaningless. It's not even the right word for this
Yeah,
situation.
flagrant has no meaning. He's right.
It doesn't.
All right.
Probably not. Yeah.
I just didn't know a word, so I just picked one.
I'll take the I'll take the tie. I'll take the tie.
Chargers, Texans.
Who's gonna do
Holy
it?
hell. God, yeah, I
who
kind of
wants
want to, man.
Taking the Texans.
Oh, he was quick with
I'll
it.
tell you what, the Chargers are banged up. I'm going Texans too.
I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Well, is no one gonna lock the Chargers?
Do
though?
you want to continue the magic?
Oh no.
Absolutely not.
Well, here's
Barry,
the question.
Barry, you weren't here for the magic. There's magic occurring here.
Okay.
Yeah, because did you read the bonus stats?
Oh yeah, no, dude, they were so. I
The-
love the bonus stats so
The
much.
Chargers were the fattest doink this week.
Yeah. So, oh shit, you're
And
right.
no one has ever lost a fattest
Dude.
doink lock,
Okay,
and
yeah.
they've all been C teams.
Oh wow, that's another interesting coincidence, huh?
Yeah, so it has to be
It's
a
all, it's
surefire.
all
There
on
you go.
Rob.
I'm the only one who believes in
Yeah, I'm
magic.
picking the
All right,
Texans.
you know what? Fuck it. Then if I must be the one to prove magic correct,
I like it.
I will lock the
Well,
Well,
Chargers.
don't you realize what this means? It introduces the possibility that you could disprove the existence of magic. I don't want to live in that world either.
Well, no, it
We
just
already
means
live
that
in
one instance of magic doesn't work, and we misread it. That's on us.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
magic isn't real anyway. It's just football picks.
Not fun. Not fun.
Yeah,
not fun.
no,
That's
no,
0% fun.
I choose not to live in that world.
Yeah.
Anyway, Browns, Falcons, or Elves, Falcons.
We're the Browns.
Yeah, the Elves.
Dude, all of
sorry.
these I'm looking at literally one of these games. I'm like, okay, those are two good teams playing each other. This is all shit teams, all playing other shit teams.
Everybody
Everyone fucking
bad.
sucks.
We didn't
Yep.
talk about the fact that Miles Garrett got in a single car accident.
Oh,
yesterday.
did he?
Oh
But
right.
he is okay apparently, but he
Damn.
probably won't play this
They
week.
said that the possibility of impairment is ruled out. I don't know what that means. To me, it sounds like he was probably texting on the phone and got ran into a stop sign or
Well,
something.
no, it was he swerved away from an animal, is what the report was.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
They said that he was not impaired. They were very quick to point that
Well,
out.
that's good.
which- I mean, that's the common assumption, I assume.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it is the Browns, so you know.
The
I
Elves.
think
I'm taking the Elves.
I will
I'm
take
also taking the Elves.
the elves.
Yeah. Feel all the other years that
it's-
felt great.
Yeah.
it's Mariota. Well, I'm. Okay, I'll tell you what the X factor is in my mind. It's Cordero Patterson. He is playing like a man possessed right now.
That's true.
Okay, the Elves without freaking Miles Garrett,
yeah.
they don't have that great of a
Just
run.
run with
defense.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, they're just gonna run with Nick Chubb, or they're gonna forget to do that and lose.
I'm
So it's really
taking-
on the coaches.
I'm taking the Elves more out of my dislike for the Falcons than anything, but I think that the Falcons may possibly win this.
I'm
Have
actually
some
willing to.
confidence.
No, I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to pick the Falcons.
What a guy.
Wow.
I want every opportunity to root against this team this season. So the fact that you have provided me slightly enough justification gives me all I need.
All right, I'm taking the Falcons.
All right.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Hog, Commanders, Cowboys.
This reeks of trap game because everyone's high on the Cowboys and down on
Hog,
the
Commanders are going to win it.
It's gonna be Cowboys.
I like the Cowboys
this is
here. Yeah.
such a fucking trap game. Oh my god. I'm so upset. I'm taking the Commanders.
He's doing it.
Yeah. It's it's one of those games.
Trust
man.
me, I don't like taking the Cowboys as often as I have been lately, but it's just I think that they're gonna beat the Commanders. Commanders got absolutely destroyed, stomped.
Exactly, and that's why they're gonna win because nothing.
That's the
fucking makes
Carson
sense.
Wentz magic, dude.
Nothing
One week
makes
he's
sense.
amazing, the next he sucks. He's gonna have an amazing week.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna take the football team. I'm gonna take the football team, but the reason is because I think the Eagles might be pretty good this year, and I don't think that the Cowboys are good right now. To be honest,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so either.
And I think this division is as much of a shit show as it ever is.
Oh yeah.
And by the end of the season, it doesn't matter what the records are now. They're all going to be like 6 and 9. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Jaguars,
Dude,
Eagles.
Game of the week? I'm gonna say
Possibly.
it.
I'm going Eagles.
Eagles.
Wait, no. Jaguars.
Wow.
Bro, that wait no was so dramatic.
Wait,
No. Like your fucking spider sense went off, dude. Like,
Record scratch.
I could feel
Bet
the
you're
dolly
wondering
soon,
how I
dude.
got
Like,
here.
Fucking Dolly Sue.
I don't know. This is gonna. The Eagles are on like a streak, and this is around the time when like a team is like undefeated and they're doing well. Where I'm like, well, they gotta lose eventually, right? Like, but
I don't know if they're ready for it yet.
Are the Jags good enough? But they've proven
This
it.
is where
but
we
then
find
what
out.
if they? What if this is? And that's why
This
this
is
game
a
is tough.
find out game, man. That's
It
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
literal find out game, and I don't think I don't know if the Eagles have fucked around enough. I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Oh no, is it a 1v4?
I think it is.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles too.
Bills, Ravens.
I'm gonna be taking the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
Bills.
Cardinals, Panthers.
Panthers.
I'm going Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Cardinals.
Yeah. How do you have any faith in the
I
Panthers?
finally
They
can
still have McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
He ain't wrong.
that is a true thing you've said. I just don't know if it's a meaningful thing.
I'm going Cardinals. I'm sorry, Bear.
I mean, we've been calling them the Carolina McCaffreys for the last 3 years, man.
It's true.
Yeah, and
We
they've
know that's how they
lost.
win games.
And they've lost.
They win sometimes, though, and I'm
Yeah,
saying this
and
might be one of those times.
This is not one of those times.
The
I don't think it's-
Cardinals are nothing really to like write home about either, man.
No, but
Generally, yeah.
But they get a couple more sentences than the Panthers do on that ride home. So,
yeah.
but I can't go with you on this one. I'm sorry, Bear. I gotta go Cardinals.
Broncos. Raiders.
what the fuck is this game? All these games suck. This is the week of shitty games.
the
Dude, it's been the past every week. Every week has been
because
tough.
everyone's bad
Yeah,
this
everyone's
year.
bad. Yeah, give me the Broncos, dude.
The Raiders have to win at some
It's a
point.
must-win game for
That's-
the Raiders.
yeah,
I'm
that's
taking the
what I-
Raiders.
That's what I'm thinking. The Raiders, even though I do think that David Carr is doo-doo, I think that this is the time that they look. The
Their
Broncos
season's
should,
over.
The
If they
Broncos
lose.
should not
Yeah.
be 2-1. Can we just say that? They
Correct,
should not be
yes.
2-1.
Yeah,
I'm taking the
I
Raiders.
mean, they should have won week 1. They should be 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they should be 1-2.
Wait,
It's
this
the
is
Raiders.
that's the Sunday night game. I'm like this, or no, it's I didn't scroll down far enough. Never mind.
Yeah.
Continue.
Look, my gut is telling me that the Broncos are going to win this, but my
Yep.
Your dick. is-
my penis is pointed right towards the sea.
This is the
Okay, yeah.
classic
Clearly-
Rob's penis pick.
Right.
Rob's penis pick.
Yeah.
Please do not give us a graphic for that. For the love of crap, we do not need graphics for everything on this show. Please.
I mean, it would be pretty graphic.
Rob's penis pick is 1-0 in
I
don't.
am protesting this bit.
So
I mean, I
who
could
are you
submit
picking?
a
Who are you
real
picking?
photo.
Yeah, well, are you picking with your dick? Or are you picking with your brain?
Please pick.
I'm going Dick. It's the Raiders.
Okay.
Big dick Raiders. All right.
Points towards
Patriots,
North.
Packers.
I'm gonna lock the Packers.
Yep,
Wow.
Packers.
You know, none of you guys have locked yet.
Yeah, I haven't locked
That's
it.
how bad this
I
week
locked.
is.
I locked. I
Oh
locked.
wait,
the
yeah, you
Chargers.
locked.
Oh yeah.
Packers.
Yeah, Packers.
There's no way you're gonna pick the Patriots with Mac Jones out. There's no way.
Is he out?
He's out. He's out for like a
Hoyer.
month.
The
Yeah.
Destroyer.
That's right.
Ryan
Talked about that.
I
Hoyer.
can't believe I hesitated. I was like, wait, this lock is really good. I can't believe no one else took it.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was the
no.
only one that I was looking at.
I'm gonna pick the Packers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
He's been peer pressured into it, but you can tell he kind of believes.
You guys
Hoyer's
bullied,
the
you
Destroyer.
guys bullied me. I wanted to make some
You
fun.
were about to pick Brian.
You
Hoyer
were
over
being
Aaron
a
Rodgers.
bully.
I saved you a pick, man. If the Patriots win, I will. What do I? I'll give you 10 subs next week. All right.
I'll take that.
Chiefs, Buccaneers. I'm gonna go Chiefs.
I'm gonna lock the Chiefs.
I will also be taking the Chiefs.
Go Bucks.
Wow.
Really?
Well, he's always gonna pick the Bucks.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, it's Tom Brady, but I'll take the Chiefs.
Hey,
But it-
I am very good at predicting Chiefs. I'm just saying.
That's
Except
true.
for
he
last
is.
week.
Yeah. I'm-
Yeah.
Go Bucks.
I mean, it could be. This could be a good game, actually.
It
Yeah,
should
it
be a
could
good game.
I don't think it is.
It's a
gonna be
Super
good
Bowl
game.
rematch. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
The Bucks suck, though. I think they're bad.
I mean, I think their
They're-
defense
The
is
Chiefs
very
lost
good.
to the Colts.
True. Everyone sucks this year. It's a
Yeah.
Did you pick Rob?
I picked the Chiefs.
Everybody
Oh
picked,
yeah.
yeah.
I picked,
Yeah,
okay,
It
I
was
didn't know
it's
if
a
Rob
one
picked
before
it.
first to make the.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rams, 49ers.
Look at the Rams.
All right. Yeah, I'll
You're
take
the last
Rams.
one, though, right?
I think you were the only one left to
No,
lock.
I have to
No,
lock somebody.
Crandall
Oh,
has,
Crandall's
uh,
gone. Okay.
I'm just
My
gonna
problem-
lock the fuck.
He's locking the fuck.
No,
You heard it.
I'm locking
You
the
heard it.
Colts. Nobody believes in the Colts. I think they've got
Oh,
Wow.
That,
it. Let's
dude,
go.
that's extreme, dude.
That's almost as bad as your San Francisco loss
That's a
last week.
flagrant lock.
That's a flagrant.
Listen,
We can say that's
I
a
am-
Don't make it a
flagrant.
thing.
I am 18, 32, and 1. I do not care anymore. It's got to start. It's just something's got to work, right?
It's a flagrant lock.
Yeah.
I don't. This is going to be one of those games where it doesn't make sense because on paper the Rams should just body the Niners, but
Yeah.
Stafford's going to throw like 3 interceptions, and the Niners are going to
classic.
win like 13-10, and it's going to be really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Niners. I'm
Wow.
I-
I'm picking the Rams. I'm definitely picking the Rams.
I'm picking the Rams.
Yeah. Then here we go. Randy time.
Randy.
All right.
Randy takes the Dolphins. Randy
Okay.
takes the Saints.
Okay.
Randy takes the Seahawks.
Right.
Randy takes the Steelers. Randy
Okay.
takes the Giants.
Yep.
Randy
Okay.
takes the Titans.
So far, so
Randy takes the Texans.
Ooh.
Randy takes the Falcons.
Oh.
Randy takes the Hog Commanders.
Wow.
Randy takes the Eagles.
There's not a lot of bad picks this week for Randy.
Yeah. Randy takes the
Oh,
Bills.
picks for us.
Randy takes the Panthers. Uh-oh.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Randy takes the Raiders.
Okay.
Randy takes the Patriots. Randy takes the Chiefs.
I swear to God, if he locks the
And
Patriots,
Randy
That would be so
takes
funny.
the 49ers.
don't you dare fucking magic
How
curse
do you
my
do
luck.
it?
Randy is locking.
Better the Panthers.
Randy's locking the Tennessee Titans, a rivalry. He's
Oh,
locking
you
against my
cursed
lock.
your luck. Oh, wait.
Oh my god!
He
Oh,
did
that
that
was
last week too, right?
Did
He
he?
locked against your lock, Rob.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
dude. Randy's out for blood now.
He loves to be
Yeah.
contentious,
He's out to
man.
embarrass everyone.
Absolutely. He's doing a goddamn fine job
He
of it so
is.
far this season, too.
It'd be amazing if he just like actually had a streak of lock. I mean, if that happens, like at that point, we're getting spell books out. And
Yep.
I thought you were gonna say it'd be amazing if he had a stroke. I'm like, Rob,
I mean, that would be pretty funny too.
That would
it would be
wild.
kind of amazing considering that it's just like a non-existent coin that
Yeah, he
Kramer made up.
Yep,
It's literally, it's not even a
AI.
coin. Yeah, it's
He's an AI.
just a bunch of numbers.
But that's it for this week. Thanks for listening and watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, be notified, share it with your friend, your family, your bop, zee bop 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 bop, choo bop, zee bop 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 bop.
Da-da-da.
Goodbye.
Da-da-da.
Bye.